Tonight, we're drawing Billy Tucci's She, talking with Arvid Nelson, Dojo Kun Comics, and Dan Sen about their active campaigns and celebrating in the awesomeness of comics, creators, and all the chocolatey good stuff in between. Welcome to episode 7 of, you know what you want to say, The Studio! Hello, and welcome back to the studio again, everybody. I am Don. I am your host. I am the man with the plan, but not necessarily equivocal of Stan. Joining me tonight will be a buttload of awesome creators. They got active campaigns. They want you to go out. They want you to back it. They support it. They need your help. They deserve your help. And by golly, you're going to give it to them. Or we're going to come across this internet and we're going to stick that ad. No, I'm just kidding. But for real, this is some good campaigns. And these guys are here. They're taking time out of their day to come in and preach to the God. Well, they are preaching the gospel. You're the choir. Well, whatever. Let's start bringing everybody in before I get too terribly tongue-tied tonight. We're going to start off with the man, the myth, the legend, Marcus Killigrew.
I want to warn you, I'm going to try to vote in the chat at the same time
Yes,
as we're
please.
doing this.
Please,
But I will not
I'm excited about the whole
be
thing.
that active. I voted for you, Don. I voted for you.
I don't give a damn. I don't give
I've
a damn.
been doing the chat, the voting for this for 3 years. I've been not involved, but in the chat. Like, oh, these are nice. And as a creator, and you're a creator, like I want to know everybody, the small creators, the small backers, the big backers. And it's a nice bunch of people. Some of them are bitter. Some of them are not bitter. It's
Some
not
of
a
them are
bad
very
way to
bitter.
get out. I think
Some of them
people
are
are
very
too
bitter.
bitter over this.
They say
overall.
they don't care, but secretly they do.
They do.
And you know who cares more than anybody? The greasy man, the greasemeister, the green feathered one, my friend, your brother, Duck Bacon.
Whack, 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 whack.
What's up, brother?
Good. How y'all doing?
We are
Let's
doing
see.
good. Did you guys have a good week? I know I did.
It's the
Yeah.
same week. I fixed
was-
internet around North Carolina.
Nice.
It was
So you're doing the
Driving
Lord's work.
for 5 minutes.
a newsworthy week. Very newsworthy on all fronts. watching people lose their freaking minds over the election, watching women shave their heads. All of them had nose rings, by the way.
All
Every damn
nose
one.
rings, amazing, right?
Yeah. Watching people lose their minds over awards nobody cares about.
You know, I like everybody. I get along with a lot of the Kings. I know them personally, as you know, as you do as well. But I did think this was a way bigger deal than it should have been.
Well, I'm
I
thinking
mean, this has exploded into something I never
I'm
thought.
thinking it was about 95% kayfabe.
You know that, but you know, Guy Malin is so good at kayfabe that I can't always tell.
Yeah, the line gets blurred. The line gets blurred. It's like,
I asked
is he really
Fraga.
hating on old girl, or is she really this upset about it?
Isn't that
asked
getting our
Fraga,
money's worth?
I was down with Fraga in South Carolina a couple weeks ago, and I asked him, and I'm hanging out with him. And he's giving me art supplies. He's like the greatest guy ever. And I said, "How much is it? Is kayfabe?" And he just looked at me. A good amount of it, but they, you know, the Kings they have their favorites and they don't have their favorites, just like everybody else.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
oh yeah.
I think John's over the top. He's over the top, and they can't tell. He's very good at it. God bless him.
But to be fair, I think some of them have maybe earned the right to be a little bit over the top. Just a little bit.
Just a little. Well,
Just a
when the
bit.
Dungeoneers went on too long, and they got their feelings hurt. Wasn't
Someone's
that
always getting their feelings hurt, man, somewhere.
I got my feelings hurt.
Joining us tonight, we got some special people, man. And I don't mean special by saying they ride the short bus to school, because I don't think any of them ever did.
I write the short.
What was wrong with the short bus?
I take it back. You gonna bust my balls and that ain't because James ain't here. All right, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But howdy, bro. What's up, my friend?
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me back.
Thanks for coming back, dude.
Dude, I'm ready to rock and roll. This is going to be a good one.
Yeah, but well, you know, I'm hoping we get some eyeballs on this, but at the same time, I really want people to go to the chat tonight and vote because they deserve it.
I feel like John Malin does this every year though when the chat gives out the awards. He busts the balls, but it's to get people watching it.
I think that what they did is they kind of had a point, and I was there when they made this rule. It was voted on about late books. There's one of the guys who's really sensitive to late books.
Right.
And they decided it was from the launch date as well. And it was a way to kind of push the late books, like the 2-3 years. Everybody's book is 2 weeks late because of printing and stuff. But the 2 years they're working on the book forever, it is a way to do it. And
they're going to be really mad at me. My book's been 30 years in the making.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I said, damn, you don't never get the book out. You always
I think
never happens. Never happens.
I think
there really is no such thing as you have to get it to the backers, and that's what they get afraid about. That's it. I mean, you have to make sure you're going to get it to them at some point. I mean,
well, here's a guy that's going to get his book out to the backers on time. It's a beautiful looking book. He's a beautiful man. Here it is. Arvid, the man, right here.
What is up?
Arvid!
here he
Welcome
is.
to the show, Arvid. How you doing, sir?
I'm well. Thanks for having me on, Don.
Yes, sir. Thanks for being here.
Great to see you. Great to meet you.
Likewise. I know. I don't think I've met anyone not in person, whatever. But yeah, nice to meet you, Marcus. Doc.
My disembodied voice is paying homage. Putting my hands together. You're a great content maker, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate
Doug
that.
Bacon is not a real human being. He is our artificially intelligence generated AI type entity that we have floating around on a hard drive somewhere.
So we're just letting it all out now.
We're
Okay.
just letting it all
All
out.
right. Okay. All right.
I'm a sex bot
Mhm.
come to life. It took a long time to get the correct battery structure going. I don't use a lithium ion anymore.
Wow.
I got overheated. I had to go back to Duracell.
That's too light. I can't.
That-
I need that light to draw, but such is life.
Yeah, I'm going to get a new light for my little crappy setup.
I don't
I'm
know.
going to change it out because
I use my work computer.
This
It's
right
only
here,
so much
I
can
want
do.
to wear a hat, but I get overheated, and the bald spot is like, oh, look at that.
I have some hair left. I'm 59,
It looks good.
but it's officially on
You
my
don't got to brag,
license.
bro.
My driver's license is gray instead of
Oh,
brown,
that's-
which is kind of sad.
Very sad. Very
I
sad.
love. It's a little thin in the front.
Better than me. You're ahead of me.
Awesome. Waiting patiently in the wings, twiddling his thumbs, saying, Don, get me the frick on here, man. I got stuff to do. The man Dojo Coon Comics.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Hey, Dojo.
Hey.
Hey, Brian.
Good to finally meet a couple of you on stream, and good to see you again, Jake and Arvid. You know, when I heard you're going to be on, I'm like, oh, now I've got to be there.
Thanks, Brian. It's good to see you.
And here's
Arvid's the
another
kind of
man.
guy that no matter what room he's in, he's the smartest guy in the room.
Oh, thank you.
yeah.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
Here's the guy that's the toughest guy in the room, Dan. Now, Dan,
How's it going?
how do
Hey,
you
Dan.
pronounce your last name? Because I don't want to butcher it.
The last name?
Yeah,
Yeah, just ignore the H. Sen.
Sen.
all.
So I got it right.
Yeah, that's it.
Dan, yes. Awesome. Well, welcome to the show, Dan. We've been pals on Facebook for quite a while, like me and Brian have.
What's Facebook?
Yeah, you know, they're little that people occasionally.
Well, I'm
show
saying
you.
what's Twitter because that's why I missed the last show. I'm not
Well,
on Twitter as much.
now you know. And gentlemen, as they say on G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle.
I
So
lost
welcome
my
to the studio,
backpack.
everybody. We got a great panel. We got a great show. We're going to draw some shear, maybe some other stuff. I don't know. It's going to be a crazy night. We don't know what's going to happen.
Well,
We
the
just don't
drawing
know.
sheet wasn't such a good idea, I think.
We don't.
So we're not doing Arcane?
I don't know if we're doing Arcane. Dude, I have tried to watch Arcane. I got through like the first season,
You got through the whole season?
off and on falling asleep.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe anime is just not for me. Maybe
You-
I
you
went
got-
ahead and turned in my nerd
I sort
card.
of agree. Yeah, I thought it was a little bland and insipid. Yeah.
But I was
Well,
talking about what Bancroft said. Bancroft's all pressure me. He's like, you know, getting up in my DMs. He's like, you got to watch this, man, or we're not going to be friends no more. And I'm like, well, damn, you're going to put it like that. I guess I better watch it.
Well, I definitely just watch it for the art, and I definitely see some inspiration from Joe
The
Madureira.
art was great, but I mean,
Yeah.
for me, the storytelling was like just dragging on. Now,
Yeah,
I,
the
can't,
story.
I cannot speak to the second season. I haven't got to the second season. I don't even know if I'm going to get to the second season. But, you know, it's just me, just kind of laying my opinion out there.
Well, I'll be the token Arcane fan of the studio.
Yeah, you seem pretty hype in the Artshare chat about it.
Yeah.
You,
Well,
someone
Bionic
got like
Brah's into
20,000
anime, so
likes
he ought
off
to
of
have an opinion.
what's that now?
Bionic Bra, he's into anime. He should have an opinion about Arcane.
Yeah, dude, what's going on with you?
I'll be honest. I haven't watched Arcane yet.
Oh,
I'm
man.
doing round
There goes
two.
that
With
thing.
I'm doing round 2 with One Piece.
Okay.
Now, see,
There we go.
I never got into the manga of One Piece, but I did watch the Netflix adaptation. I found it very enjoyable.
Yeah,
I like
yeah. There's a lot of filler when it comes to One Piece, but it's a great show.
it. It is a great show. I
Awesome.
like it a lot.
There was an Arcane comic by David Quillis. So, as Don knows, I'm a big indie comics proponent. So if I hear something, I gotta bring that up.
So I just want to take a moment and have a little bit of a moment of silence for James. God rest his soul, he's no longer with us. He's at the Iron Maiden concert. We're not going to have any good stuff to look at tonight. No comic book art.
Isn't he at Iron Maiden concert?
No bragging about
Mhm.
who he knows at Image
Oh,
Comics.
he won't survive that.
He won't.
No sign stuff to whip out and show us, bragging about it, making me feel like a little tiny man.
You are.
Mama Donna's over here.
Hey, why doesn't
Five.
Creative Faye join us and she could draw like that first week?
I don't think I sent her the link. I didn't. I think I no.
Is she in our
She's
group?
in the she's in the
our
group chat, so she should have the link.
I'll have to add her in the group chat. I'll make sure she's in the group chat later.
Go ahead. Do you think? So okay, we got what?
Hello, guys.
Hello,
Hey,
Mama Donna.
I'm done.
Hello?
Everybody love Mama Donna.
Let's break. Let's talk. Let's argue about rock and roll bands and not get anything done.
Oh, sounds good.
Well, no, we're not gonna do it. So, which one of you five gentlemen want to go first? Talk about your books.
I think I need the most help. I'll go first.
All right, Jojo, let's get you up here. and
Please.
we'll get you first. If I can get my little mouse pointer working, I got this stupid Bluetooth rollerball kind of thing, and it acts like it don't want to work half the time. So let's see. Whoa!
I was about to ask, does anybody need an assist with scrolling through their campaigns?
If you're sharing my screen, I can do it.
The floor is yours, Dojo. Do you think, brother?
All right, thank you. So Dojo-kun Chronicles is 100 pages, full color. And the great thing about this campaign, as opposed to my previous one, is this one is complete, 100% complete before launch. So this will not be a late book. I've padded the expected delivery date in order to allow for some printing issues. So I was very lucky to get some great artists on the covers. Cover A, let me scroll down to cover A here. This is by Eric Dinoltowski. He's the guy who does Shadow Sentry.
Awesome.
And, yeah, he did a great homage cover for me. This is an homage to a Spider-Man annual, actually, but on that cover were the West Coast Avengers. So he was able to put my superheroes, of course, in their positions on the cover. Matt Yackey did the coloring on this cover, and I think they both did a great job. What I did was I stayed with the theme, though, and on this cover, which I call the XX chromosome cover, is by Stefani Renee. And getting Stefani Renee to do a cover is a very difficult and rare get. So I was very fortunate for him to agree to do this. The colorist on this one is my colorist from Projectile Reptile. His name is Chris Leithwood. Chris also did the coloring on the XY chromosome cover. And the artist on this one is Elliot Rodriguez. Been working with Elliot for quite a while now.
Awesome.
I'm actually I'm editing one of his books right now. His book is called Ominous. I don't know exactly when it'll come out, but it's already looking like it's going to be exciting. Great thing to talk about on this cover here. And Jake was in on it a little bit during Bancroft Show. This was a part of a contest that I had in my campaign. And I said, somewhere on my campaign, there's what appears to be an error. I said, so the first person who can identify the error and explain why it isn't one will win Deanna Hammer of the Angels #1 to go along with their physical background. We'll talk about Deanna Hammer of the Angels in a few minutes. That's a supplemental add-on to this campaign. But so the person who won it, it's already been won, was Dave Brink from Genuine Comics. Mm-hmm. He identified that the error was, if this is the XY chromosome cover, why is Sparrow on it, right? He said, either that's actually a guy, which would be weird. And I said, nope, that's not it.
Guy, come on.
But he said he had watched a stream on which I explained Sparrow was a kleptomaniac, a thief, a petty thief, who was enhanced magically to be uncatchable. So she was able to up her game as far as stealing things. And she stole the spot on the cover, which is very meta. But Dave Brink caught onto that like right away. So, creative minds, maybe great minds, I don't know. But he explained that perfectly. And yeah, she stole the original Sparrow's spot on the cover. And we'll have a look at the original Sparrow a couple of issues down the line, God willing. So that was a fun part of this campaign. I'll scroll down now. We've got, so what is Dojo-kun Chronicles? It is 9 chapters featuring 13 new superheroes in the Dojo-kun Comics Connected Superhero Universe. The first one, this one gets a 2-chapter treatment. This is Bot 42, and Bot stands for Biometric Organ Transplant.
I remember that guy.
This guy here, yeah, I'll bet you do. Don did a great pinup of Bot 42 facing one of his enemies, Black Ice. And so Bot 42 is supposed to be an organ transplant unit or transport unit that takes donated organs across town when an ambulance isn't going to be fast enough. So this thing can run in and out of traffic, jump over cars, et cetera, and it's indestructible. So if it gets hit by a car or an ambulance or something, it just get back up and keep running. And it'll also properly protect the organ inside. It's like a chest cavity carrying case, if you will. Well, things go awry, as you can probably imagine, and somebody ends up getting transplanted into a bot unit, and he's the 42nd one. So here's some interior art where he's going a little crazy, attacking somebody who's got a gun, and then here he is contemplating life out in the woods and finding some place to hide for the time being.
Awesome.
Also introduced are Dr. Primordial, Sakura, and Wisecracker. So Dr. Primordial is like the ancient sorcerer type. Sakura, which means cherry blossom, by the way, in Japanese, is a martial artist and CEO of a multimillionaire company. And Wisecracker would be my street level vigilante. And here's some of the interior art on Dr. Primordial, and then Sakura facing off against an ancient mythological avian, the Tengu. And
Now,
then,
Dojo, Dr. Primordial made a small cameo in Projectile Reptile, didn't he?
a few of these characters did. You're right.
He missed it?
He did, and so and he was also in a book that I previously published called The Loved Ones,
Okay.
which was a 100-page black and white horror comic book.
Okay, cool.
And then down here, Wisecracker, a page of his stuff as he's coming back in from a night patrolling. This book also introduces Sovereign, Sparrow, and H2O. Now, these gals, we'll talk a little bit about them in a minute, but they're Halia and Ondine, which are the names of some oceanic goddesses. So they took those names on for their personas. And since it's H and O, and there's two of them, they went with H2O. I mean, after all, it's an aquatic theme, right? So here's some interior art for Sovereign. And I think that Aaron Kearney does a great job on this. It kind of grew on me more and more the more I looked at it. It sort of has a Mobius feel, in my opinion.
I can see that.
Awesome.
A little bit. It's influenced by him. Then here is a page from Sparrow's intro chapter. And she meets a married Jinn, which we call Genie here in America. And she gets her powers enhanced.
America.
And then these are the gals that are in H2O. They are shapeshifters. They have 3 different forms they can take. They can look like the gals you see at the top here. They can change their shape to their normal mutant color, which is gold and purple. And they can also take on that mermaid form that you saw up here. Let me scroll back up right here. They can also take on a mermaid form for their aquatic adventures. All right.
Nice.
And then it'll also introduce Skin, SWAT, and Swift. They are in suits of armor. Yeah, that's Synaptic Kinetic Interface Network. That's what
Get him in a
Skin
circle and say that 3 times fast.
Well, after I've had to type the s.k.in, I got very used to it. I tell you what.
Copy paste.
Right. And then there's Lone Shark, which is sort of my take on
I drew
Namor,
that guy
to be
too.
honest with you. What's that?
Yeah, I drew that guy too one time. Yeah, you commissioned me to do him. Oh God, a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yep. You're very
He's got
faint.
the
Did you
little-
step away from your mic?
The shark emblem on the on his chest.
Let me scroll down to that. Oh, you can't really see it very well. Oh, there it is. There's a good shot of it.
Yeah, there's a
And
guy.
Now, Scarlet Archer has appeared before. He was in Night Mist and the Scarlet Archer #1. So this chapter in Dojo-kun Chronicles is actually chapter 2 of his adventures, and he's facing off against his first supervillain named the Electric Eye.
Oh, that's a good name. I like that.
And that kanji on his chest, the bad guy's chest, actually stands for electricity.
Nice.
The supplemental book that goes along with this is a 22-page intro story for Deanna Hammer of the Angels, and this one is also 100% complete. It's an add-on supplemental available with the campaign. Also available as add-ons are catch-up tiers for my first crowdfunded book, which was Siamese, with a brand new cover by Dan Dahl. And then catch-up tier for, oh, that's 120 pages, by the way. And then Projectile Reptiles, 48 pages. And that cover there is by my co-host on Incendiary, Peter Orchard.
Incendiary.
There was ash cans available with both of those campaigns, Siamese and Projectile Reptile. One was Meanwhile, with a cover by Jose Garcia. And then Bog, with a cover by Mike Salter. Now, Mike, he did the interiors on this, but Don did the colors on this one.
Oh, wow.
Don's
Great
been
job.
working with Dojo-kun Comics for a while, so it's great to be on his show. This one here was written, or I'm sorry, like I said, it's drawn by Mike Salter. He did the first 2 issues of Siamese. So I do like to keep the artists and colorists, etc., in the fold as long as I can. Also available on campaign will be this sheet of chibi stickers. They've been very popular in my previous campaign. So I had my chibi artist, Aaron, do all 13 characters. He said he had a lot of fun with these. Each one he does, he'll give me like 6 different versions of the character, and I pick the one I like best. So I mean, that's pretty cool that he does that with 6 different sketches, and you pick the one that fits the theme of the character best.
Nice.
Now I do some stretch goals on here at 6 and 7,000 with pictures by 6 a.m. But that's getting a little bit ahead of myself because, guys, this one's struggling. I've got 16 backers. I'm only at 13% funded. There's only 8 days left in the first 15 on Indiegogo. Obviously, I'll have to extend it to the next 30. And I'll know on Christmas Eve if it's funded. So, I definitely need some support on this one. I only got 2 backers on the night I launched on Michael Bancroft's show. That was a portion, and somebody even tweeted about that
I remember
recently.
you saying that John's Long Box.
Sorry?
I remember you saying that on John's Long Box.
Mhm.
Yeah. So things have been a little rough with this campaign, but it started to pick up a bit over the last week. I've got some more backers. In fact, one of the backers, I can't shout out the name because that might be doxing somebody, but I can say that they went for the completist collector tier, which is everything you just saw, all 3 covers. In fact, there's a hardcover of cover A. So that person and anyone else who takes this tier will get all 3 covers plus the hardcover plus Deanna plus Siamese plus Projectile Reptile plus the 2 ash cans plus the chibi stickers. So that's why this is called the completist collector tier. It's everything. There's a digital available for those that want it mobile or if they want to avoid shipping. The main cover is $25. We talked about that. And both of the variants are $25 also, the XX chromosome variant and the XY chromosome variant. And then the hardcover is $40. I did hardcovers on both Siamese and Projectile Reptile. They were very popular, and I got one for myself. I love that version, that format. It's slightly smaller in height and width than a comic book, and that just means slightly. And boy, does that look good on the shelf.
I'm more of a fan of the easy cover because if it's a hardcover, that means I got to study for it. And I don't like the study.
Well, there's a pop quiz, so I think you'll be all right.
Open book quiz, maybe?
There you go.
Yeah, it gotta be
Definitely
open
open
book,
this
man.
book. Yeah, when you back it and I get it into your hands early next year, this will definitely be an open book.
What y'all waiting for, man? Back this man's book. It's awesome. I give it 5 Dons out of 5 Dons.
Wow. Thank you, sir.
A lot of Dons.
Okay, so
Maybe too many Dons.
given the fact that this show has other creators too, I'll stop my pitch there. Hopefully that people will give it a chance. And if now's not the time to support the book, then if you could just retweet anytime you see me on Twitter saying something about it, even that is a huge help. So I appreciate you.
I will do my part, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next? Come on, line up to the bat.
Well, I have a good segue. So if you want to put up my first link.
All right, where we at here? Don don't have no moderator still. He's still trying to figure this stuff out.
Still.
I suck.
He's a slow
No, not that
learner.
one. The other one.
The other one? Okay. See,
Yeah.
look at that. Getting shit from my mother.
We'll
Oh, well.
start advertising that we're the only show without moderators.
Yeah, it'll be our little niche. It'll be
Yeah,
our niche.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And Restream doesn't allow me to type in the chat.
Did I screw up again? Is it this one?
No, that's the same one.
Damn it, man! All
It
right,
should have
hang
been the
on.
first one you got in the
Copy
presentation.
link. Crash. Remove.
Oh, that's too much for me.
Add. Paste. This is half the fun of the show right here, watching me screw it up.
Just scroll back up now to the first one. Yeah, there you go.
Hey! I got to get to the audience button and hit that so I can have cheer. All right, so let me pin that into the chat. I would ask my moderator, but
I would ask a moderator.
hey, moderator, you want to pin that into the chat? Sure, freak. There we go. It's pinned. All right, here we go. All right, Dan, do you think, sir?
Are you going to pull it up, or am I supposed to?
You can share your screen. You have control.
I can share my screen. I don't know. I haven't been on this platform. Let's see.
It's right under the bottom of the screen. There's a microphone and then a camera.
If not,
Yep, microphone and camera. Oops. And then the plus. Oh, share screen. Okay, so I have to pull up the campaign first, right?
Yes.
Okay. That.
at this time, we'd like to present you with some soothing elevator music sung by Don.
Share screen.
No. You'll scare 'em away.
Is it up there now?
Yes, and we're going to share it right
There
now.
we go.
All right, Captain.
Okay. Let me see here. So I have to scroll over here. All right. So
Thunderguard.
that Thunder Guard is actually, I had Argo Comics for about 20 years now, and I have been in a couple, I guess, comic collectives where people were publishing, like multiple publishers publishing under one house. Both of those kind of went south. And I said to myself, I could probably do this because I actually answer my emails. So why don't I give this a shot? And I started Thunder Zone. Actually, the segue I was going to do before I got all tech confused was the fact that I am one of Brian's 16 backers,
Yes.
and that I
Nice.
recommend the book. That's Chinese in the
Nice.
back, in the past, rather. And I think I got another book that was like a manga-sized trade of various stories. But yeah, Siamese actually, I think issue 3 had Zilson Costa, who drew my Nature Man series, which is running through Thunder Zone Comics as well. Actually, Antarctic Press picked it up and put it in Exciting Comics, but if anyone's been involved in that, it kind of chops up the story a bit. So I'm releasing them as full issues through Thunder Zone. But this Thunder Guard book, it's kind of like early Image Comics, where you have different creators all with their own studios and characters. And then it's like the same Earth, just like when, Youngblood and Spawn and all those were all on the same Earth. So these are all different creators who share the same Earth. We've had multiple books come out, I think probably about 20 by now. So now you're seeing some of the characters cross over in this Thunder Guard book, drawn by Eduardo Viena, colored by Tio Pinheiro, lettered by Francisco Zamora. On the left there, we have Dan Hoyne's Thunder Woman. And she's been in a number of books, mainly in Coalition Comics, but he also was involved with us. Next to that is Francisco Zamora's Vulcan, which is a public domain character. And then we have Realmer X from Damian Walburn. And we have Singapore Sling from Jerry Hines' Supercross book, which we publish. Then I have my own character in there, Capitan Honduras.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I had to kind of balance it out, a little representation. He's a descendant of an ancient god of Honduras. So we have him. And then lastly, we have Meta, who is a real-life pro wrestler in Singapore. We published his book, Chronicles of the Metaversal. And he had a whole adventure. Actually, Thunder Zone Comics seconds as a studio. So I had artist, colorist, myself lettering it, put his whole book together, published it through us in our previous Kickstarter. And now he's also part of this Thunder Guard book.
I just want to say that's a kick-ass name, Thunderguard.
Oh, thanks.
Think of it first.
Much appreciated.
Love it.
Yeah, and this is the cover A by Jerry Hines, who again created Singapore Sling, has all these characters from Singapore that are in his Supercross book. Cover B, and that's Major Payne, who is actually the kind of like the field coordinator.
He's at the Iron Maiden concert tonight.
Who's that?
Major Pain.
Oh, Major Payne. He's a major.
Yes.
And
Just
then we
kidding.
had
We love you. We miss you.
some variant covers that were stretch goals. So basically, in the survey, you get to pick out your cover, and these were covers that became choices as we hit different stretch goals. Had a bunch of preview art for the book. There's Capitan Honduras in action in Honduras before he gets called in. And as these are not just like cameos, people backed to be in the book. So I gave, intro pages to everybody, full page pinups, as you can see here in the book. And we did kind of like, power feature as everyone usually has in a book. So really tried to make them the stars of the book. And another book launching in this one is Junkyard Joe #2, where we have Waneliski Santana doing the art, Lunio Alves doing the colors. I did the lettering. This is the second issue. First issue came back out a while ago. Cover A, cover B again. And we have a Thunder Guard backup story in that book.
Nice.
Again, people back to be in that story. Actually, 3 people back to be villains. So that's the characters on the left, while the characters on the right are people who back to be heroes.
The villain's trying to steal the show. Yeah, right?
Yeah, well, and they had requests for story content that I wasn't opposed to, so I went along with it. But I don't want to spoil anything. This is the Junkyard Joe interior art, though, and colors and lettering. So you get I always put some pages in there because people like to know what they're in for. Those are all the previous Thunder Guard books that are available on the catch-up tier. Nature Man, as I said, is a book that I put out a while ago. Antarctic Press picked it up, but these are the full issues. And Siamese artist Zilson Costa was the one who drew these issues. And it's a public domain character, Nature Boy. Waiting for any of those Ric Flair woos to come in. Just in case, I gave a pause for it. Nature Boy was created by Jerry Siegel, Superman creator, and John Buscema. So they created Nature Boy. He had about 4 adventures and slipped out of publication into the public domain. And I do, I looked up all the past, I had to get them in printed form because I'm not that big a digital reader. All the past appearances, I incorporated some of that into the, as if did a.
Uh-oh.
Is that just me?
Nah, Robo.
Is that just me?
Hey, for once, it's not my audio.
Isn't that, am I roboing or?
Yeah, you're
Yep.
roboting a little bit.
Okay. Tell me if it happens again, but
Get your AI in line, sir.
I'll just scroll through the rest. Supercross.
You're roboting again, bro. Yeah.
Mhm.
Let me see here. Testing 1, 2. Good.
There we go.
3, 4,
Okay.
5.
Yep.
Sounds like you're back.
Big Ass Blizz is like a superhero.
He's not real.
I'm an AI construct. Big Ass Blizz is a superhero for the corrections officers for a supervillain prison. But these are our books that we've put out, and these are the creators that put out those books. I can leave that for people to read when checking out the campaign. I don't know if you can get back to the other link, because that was
I can make that. You got it in the private.
because of late backing. So we did hit goal, we did end, but late backing enabled us to continue this book.
Okay, I got that added.
Oh, wait, I should just go to it because
There,
we're sharing
that
the
one,
screen,
that's
right?
the new one that you got. That's the other one.
I gotta- I shall return.
Now watch me use my power of the mouse and put this effort in the chat. I'm gonna paste that bad boy. Look, watch. Boom! There it is, right there.
You finally did
All right.
something right.
And I'm gonna pin it.
And did I already? Oh, yeah, I am scrolling this. Okay, so I'm all right. Pre-launch for this Sorority of Power. As soon as I fulfill the other one, then I'll go into this because I don't really like launching another one before the other one's fulfilled.
Yeah, me
So,
neither.
yeah, I mean, people have enough stress without worrying about whether or not I'm going to give them their book and backing another. So, Sorority of Power, you can see Bill Mouse, who's pretty well known for Zen Intergalactic Ninja.
Nice.
He did like every other issue. So this is a trade collecting 1 through 5 and a short story that appeared in Argo Comics Anthology. That was their first appearance. So I have a new cover from Bill on that one. And actually, we're also offering never released before Sorority of Power number 16. So in this Kickstarter, there'll be the trade for 1 through 5, and then the at this point, it's going to make Kickstarter exclusive. And that's our like TikTok variant where they're doing a kind of a TikTok dance. I have a main cover that I'll just leave as a surprise for the campaign itself. But that's, you know, we published 15 issues. Just as with
Nice.
Argo 5, I put
I'm
2
back.
trades so far. And
You definitely know you're going to get something for your money.
yeah, I mean, so far, I think this is the last one was the 11th campaign, I think. So this will be the 12th. Everything fulfilled prior to the date I set because I give myself a little padding just in case. But, you know, these are books that are done. As Brian said with his, I'm not going to launch something prior to that. I'll invest my money into, you know, the first book and utilize the funds for subsequent books.
It's crazy. Comic books that are already done
Yeah, go figure.
that are going to get fulfilled.
No,
You know
I'm
what?
flabbergasted.
I know
Ladies and
the,
gentlemen, it's happening right here, live on this channel.
the original idea of Kickstarter, I know, you know, was kind of like raise the funds to make the book. Unfortunately, if you probably don't have the funds for that first issue, those bills are going to come. You're going to see some new kicks that come out. And
Hang on, Dan. Let me help you out. Don't pay your bills. You don't
Yeah.
need to eat. Get the comic book.
well,
Get the comic books. You
or-
much rather be entertained than alive anyway. You
there
get
you
all,
go.
you get all that other stuff and wait. Get the comic book.
And you could always burn them for heat when you're homeless. But
See?
Read them first.
and then I do have an upcoming book, Death Squad, which Don has a pinup in. So I'll just mention that now. There's no pre-launch page for that yet or anything. But actually, yeah, we've done a number of pinups with Don. Don also took part in the calendar that I've just been contacting Brian with. Brian's my new best friend because we're watching him on a show yesterday. Now we're on a show together, getting this.
And I backed your book.
calendar. Yeah, he backed mine as
Secretly
well.
part of an underground coalition of comic book creators.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do
We're all
something like
sticking
that.
together. We call ourselves. What do we call ourselves?
Fans.
Yeah, that's it. People who get it done.
The Get Her Done Club.
Yeah.
So what state is this sorority in? Because I need to go back to college.
Yeah, that's. I think I said it in like Massachusetts or something.
I'm going up that way.
Yeah, they're the Super Gamma Mega. That's their sorority.
Super.
Super
Nice.
Mega. I can dig
And
it.
yeah, they've there's the Mystic Arts and Witchcrafts Club. There's the Intergalactic Intramural Football Team. So there's all these school activities that are semi-based on what you'd see in real college. Actually, an ex-girlfriend was in sorority, so I did a lot of research.
You did a lot of research, did you?
Yeah, there you go. You can compare that.
I wasn't going to say it. I was trying to be
Yeah,
nice.
so there's an authenticity to it, but yeah, like I said, it's that is my second most issues, being that sorority power. This will be number 16 offered in here, and with Argo 5, I have number 46. I got the proofs of.
Can you
So-
believe that? That's a guy who's dedicated to this craft. Listen, Dan, I wanted to ask you about this being a trade paperback. You've got issues 1 through 5 here. Do you plan to do that in chunks? Like, are you going to do 6 through 10 and et cetera?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I owe it to the Thunder Zone creators to get their books out. I have my own. I'm trying to, like, as you know, building these campaigns. It's not easy, and then you got to run them. And like I said, I like to fulfill before the next one. So, yeah, I do have plans to get back to Argo 5. I had 2 volumes. I actually have those in handy right here. So volume 1 and 2 of Argo 5.
Can you embiggen him, Don?
Oh, I
I'm
should.
talking to the man. Look, I got technological power.
Wait, show him again.
Oh, there you go.
Show him again, Dan.
Show
So
me again, sir.
Argo 5, volume 1 and 2.
All right.
They're going to be available on the Sorority of Power campaign as well,
No,
because these trades, I haven't had them offered on Kickstarter for quite a while. So I'll put those out with the sorority because that's all Argo comics and not Thunder Zone comics. So I'll put those trades all together in the Sorority of Power campaign. And
both of you gentlemen got a lot of meat to your campaigns. I love it. It ain't just a one-off. It's a whole
It's a
lot.
whole trade.
Yeah.
They're all big books.
You back those campaigns, you get your books, you're going to be sitting down for a while reading them things. It's good stuff.
plenty to read.
And once you own them, we don't carry what room, whether it's in the commode, in the bedroom,
Yeah.
wherever.
Now, let's not be letting any secrets out now. Come on.
Sorority of Power with some soft lighting in the bedroom.
There you go. That's for you, Jake.
I got candles. I've been waiting to burn them bitches.
So that about it for you there, sir?
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay. Can we get some shout outs for Art here? Arvid. That's a Hardwood command right there.
That's right.
So Arvid, you're up.
Okay, great. Thanks. Let me just share the screen here. Okay, there we go.
Show on the screen, sir. Boom.
Okay, so this is something I've been working on for a long time. Say what you will about the writing. Obviously, that will be determined when people actually get the comics. I am working with an artist who is so outrageously talented, and I just feel so incredibly blessed to be working.
Orin.
Yeah, his name is Oren.
Mhm.
That's my little jokes of Papa Quarter and me. But like, if I drilled a hole directly through the earth, I would come up right next to the mulberry tree in his backyard. He lives literally on the opposite side of the earth from me in Malaysia. I met through a colleague, a friend and a colleague. We've been working on this for about 4 years now. This is a fantasy story. It's based on a lot of things. My love of I'm into heavy metal music. And that's one thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I like Japanese cartoons from the 1980s. And then they were actually just talking to someone in the chat was talking about this Creative Fae. There were actually even 2 generations of writers before Tolkien that were writing fantasy stories. So that's my inspiration too. These writers that came before Tolkien. So that is that. That is the story. It's called The Band of the Crow. We are selling this for $3 a copy. This is a loss lead. Yes, I'm losing money on this. Yes, I'm losing money, but I'm just interested in getting getting this into people's hands. And I think there's been a lot of negativity lately. I think people are really, really down. I want to give something back to people. I want something for people to feel happy about again.
Awesome.
So that is that. So the one catch is, and this is the final thing I will say, we are not doing in demand. We're not doing late pledges on Kickstarter. We have a Kickstarter and an Indiegogo page. There are 2 unique covers. So there's a Kickstarter exclusive cover and an Indiegogo exclusive cover. But it's ending next Sunday, not tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. That is it. I cannot afford to keep doing this. So the time to jump on this is now. There is no catch. This is real. I'm getting these printed now also, by the by. I should have these in my hands by next week. So that is that. I'd be really, really pleased to send you a comic for $3. Please check it out.
Awesome.
Well, your campaign, Arvid, was a day one back without hesitation.
Nice.
I mean, I've seen you on some streams talking about this, and you've shown some art. This art is, it's almost photorealistic in a lot of cases, and it's just beyond the pale. And then knowing you, you and I haven't been on too many streams together, but the few I have been on with you, I can tell that this story is going to just be brilliant. I can't wait to get it. Fantasy is right in my wheelhouse because I've been a RPG and Magic the Gathering player for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So this is exactly the kind of book I want to get. So I just now learned though that you have 2 unique covers. So
right.
I've got to figure out which one I already backed and then go to the other platform and back that one.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Please back both. Yeah. By the way, if you sign up for our newsletter, I'll give you free shipping too, free domestic U.S. shipping. So I wish more people were availing themselves of that too. So sign up.
$6. How can you go wrong for both covers?
That's right.
My God.
Here. And here. So here's a landing page right now. It should be coming up soon. All right, there's that. Go to thebandofthecrow.com. Sign up for our email newsletter. I will send you links for free shipping for our Indiegogo campaign. So, that's that. And thank you, Brian. I sincerely appreciate it.
Just so everybody knows, I'm going to put all the details in the description. That is not below, but it will be below at some point.
Okay.
Awesome. So that is me.
Arvid, if you could throw the link in the private chat, and I will pin that onto the chat as well.
I'll just do the landing page.
Trying to self-moderate.
That's right, yeah.
As I self-medicate.
Both are good.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you guys want to hang out for a bit, or do you got to go?
Sadly, I got like 5 minutes, and then I have to go do real life stuff. So
yeah, I'm gonna need to
you
go.
got a life. I understand.
I know it's. I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. Yeah.
Adulting sucks, man.
Oh, it's awful.
For real.
Versus being a child. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep you guys on in the background, but I do need to get working on something. But I'll try to be in the chat.
We appreciate it. Dan, what's up? You gonna hang out, or you gonna go pump some iron and beat somebody up?
No, I'm good. No,
Buddy up.
All right.
the gym just praying.
Dan's a bodybuilder, man. I see what's up. He'll mess your ass up and talk funny to him.
So Don, thank you very much for having me on. Good luck, Dan and Arvid. Looking forward to those books because I backed you both. So good luck in the coming season and happy holidays.
Thanks, Sergio.
Happy holidays, brother.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna retweet you as much as it takes.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.
Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Kwanzaa.
Right. And Festivus for the rest of us.
Yeah, and that too. Love it.
All right. Well, we'll see you when we see you, I reckon. They left us, man. They're leaving.
I mean, that was 3 fantastic campaigns. I mean, if you can, at least back one of them.
They'll back all of them. I'm not picky.
I'm not picky either, but
Try my
Yeah.
best.
Christmas right around the corner, and then my lady decided to hit a deer with her car. So there's one.
Oh, are you serious?
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Oh, not cool.
Oh yeah.
Stupid
Oh.
deer.
Oh yeah. It was just waiting at the side of the road, just watching her with his friend by him. He was like, "Watch what I'm about to do to this woman."
Oh, man.
Was it totaled? Was the car totaled? How about
No,
it?
it's a caddy. You can't total it.
Okay, nice. Okay, excellent. Got a cow catcher in front.
It at least took the grill out.
You good?
Mm.
Well, I've been remiss in my duties. By duties, I don't mean going to number 2. I did not introduce anybody in the chat. I completely
Oh, you
left
didn't.
that one out. So
Yeah, you
I
just
wanna
ignored
say
them.
hello to Creative Faye, who is in here. And apparently all you guys are the only ones that are in here. Okay, well, never mind. Thank you, Creative. Oh, how dare. 6580. Hail. How do you-
K-pop. K-pop's in there.
K-pop's in here? Yes, she was. And Kevin Wolf. Takes me a while to scroll down. Because I have to moderate. This joke will never get old. Everybody go to the studio anytime after 7 p.m. and watch Don fumble his way through another live stream. Because he's too stupid to figure out how to ask someone to be the moderator. Actually, it's not that. I'm just too much of a control freak.
Oh, I'm tired. Man, if you're just going to twist my arm, I'll do it.
Do it!
There we go.
How do we do it? How do we make you a moderator?
I have no idea. This isn't my show.
When I click on this, it says that I can block you on YouTube. I can put you in a timeout, or I can send a drone to your house to blow you away.
Do the
There you go.
drone.
They could do the same thing to you.
What? No, we're not going to do that. Are you finally going to reveal yourself to people?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to disappear for a minute, and then y'all going to see Mama Donna live and in charge. So,
Oh,
Awesome.
here we
give
go.
us a minute. She did her hair. She
I
did
should
her
have
hair.
done mine.
So I'll be back. Mom, come on over here. You want to come over here? Wait. You want to stand there and I turn the camera around?
Yeah, that would be best.
Okay, hang on. She gonna try not to do this without falling down. So
Oh,
she's a little unsteady on her feet, but she really wanted to. There she is, right there.
well, Mama Donna.
Everybody say
Hi,
hi, Mama Donna. We're gonna make it big.
Hi, everyone.
There we
This
go.
right here. She is the love of my life, my mama.
I'm everybody's mama.
She raised me from a turd in the wall,
And still a big turd in the wall.
cracking the rock.
Well, it's good to see everybody.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Everybody say hi to Mama Donna. Spam the chat. We love Mama Donna.
Yeah. I like a good
Yeah.
firecracker.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. All right, now.
Okay, got
Right.
it.
Bye, boy.
Bye-bye.
Go back to your chair, woman, before you fall down. We don't need another injury.
Oh, dude. And I'm afraid that is it for me, everyone. Don, thanks for having me on. Everyone, this has been great.
We appreciate
Absolutely.
Nice
it.
meeting you.
Kill it.
Yeah,
Likewise.
that's a beautiful book you got there, Arvin.
Thank
I'm
you.
really impressed.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We've been
beautiful
working
painting.
hard. Yeah. Thank you. To be continued, everyone.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Next time. All right. Be well.
Take care, brother.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right. So now there are 5. Okay, so have we all figured out what we're gonna do? Do you guys want to draw something? You want to talk about something? You want to
I'm drawing she.
Give Don
draw
a
a
hard
sheet?
time.
I can draw a sheet. Me and
Let's
Marcus.
draw she.
and Dr.
Oh,
Bacon.
Bill, I didn't think Billy was going to be on because I think he was watching his son wrestle
Billy told me.
Pennsylvania. So
He said,
when he
"Send
said
the
that,
link
I didn't think
anyway."
that he was going to be on.
He said send the link anyway. He would try to come in.
I'm sure he did.
I'm not holding my breath because I know he's got a whole lot of rooting to do, and those wrestling matches take a while.
He's a good guy.
So I mean, it's all good. I mean,
Maybe
Talking
next-
regular wrestling? We're talking pro wrestling. What's going on?
it's his kid, college.
College, he's a Penn State wrestler.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
From what I understand, he's
Wrestling high school.
doing really well.
Tough sport.
So this is the part where it gets a little weird because I'm so relying on James to tell one of his crazy stories.
I gotta get my cord. My laptop's about
Or
to die.
show off
Yeah, I met
show off
Billy
one of
Tucci
his
and
art
his son.
books.
We're gonna. What's that now, Marcus?
I met Tucci, his son. I met his wife.
We'll talk about that,
They're
man.
really
Yeah.
nice people.
You talk about
Well,
that.
one
we're
day
gonna-
I
Bill
was
Tucci?
This thing
I was in New
organically.
York for class reunion, which was a high school class reunion. It ended up being my elementary school reunion. And since I don't really smoke any weed, I remembered everything. I'm like the guy who remembered it. But I had nothing to do that Sunday, and they had the New York Art Expo, and I had met Billy and hung out with him at a couple of Heroes cons. I just went down to New York City, and I went to this art expo. And Lee Weeks was there, and all these artists. And I met
really?
Howard
Dude.
Chaykin, and he was real nice to me. And I just hung out with Billy and his wife like the whole day. Vaughn Coleman dropped by with his Bobby Crucifix, and we just like
Awesome.
hung out. And I talked to Debbie. Like I have two boys, so I relate to them pretty well. Nothing exciting, nothing super exciting happened. It wasn't like a comic show; it was like an art show, so it was a little slow. The weirdest thing is you needed cash to get in, so I go all the way in there, and I don't carry any cash anymore. And I want cash and go all the way back down and find a bank around the corner in New York City. I didn't get killed in New York City. Obviously, I'm still here, so that's good.
What part of New York are you from, Marcus?
I am from Westchester County, north of New York City.
Westchester.
Mamaroneck, Larchmont, and Rochelle.
Is that near Tarrytown?
Oh, are you in Tarrytown?
I said, was that near Tarrytown?
That's south of Tarrytown in Westchester. My sister's in Tarrytown.
Oh, you ever go
Right
to
now,
Zachary
she lives-
Dolan's?
She has a coffee shop in Tarrytown next to the concert hall.
You ever go to Rory Dolan's?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
I used to hit
I
that.
worked in a
back in the day.
phone company. All we did was drink.
Used to go there back in the day.
All
I
we
was
did
from
was
Long
American.
Island.
Is that
Long
layout
Island I
working,
was
you
from.
guys?
Yeah, we see it.
I'm experimenting, man. I want to give everybody.
Are you from New York,
Nice.
Dan?
Yeah, from Long Island. So it's in
Big fan of the
Nassau,
iced tea there.
Roy
Nassau
Doran's.
County, and then I moved to Suffolk County,
Oh, I see.
but currently in Florida. So
Suffolk is where I think John's Lawn Box is.
John used to either go, I think he maybe worked part-time, but he went to the same comic store I went to in the early 80s.
Yeah, he mentioned that. Yeah, just on the last stream. I'm like his only moderator, so I'm like
Okay.
in all his streams.
Keep
Yeah, I
on
was
talking
in-
about moderators. Keep
I was
on.
on there once on John's long box. And the Incredible Pulp in Baldwin.
Right, he told me about that.
That's where I was shopping for years. He was going there as well. Actually, I published Marshall Strong by Mike Descharnes, and that was,
You're the Marshall Strong guy.
I published it.
He is.
Mike is the one who created Marshall Strong.
Mike, right.
Yeah, in a role-playing game with John.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's, all interconnected. But Mike was working as a manager of that comic store. So he was best friends with John. I was friends with him through the comic store and our friend Cameron. So, I was, that was where I had my pull list every week.
It's a really small world.
Yeah. And me and John go way back.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yep. And
He really is.
yeah, like I said, if we're going to try to get, I think he said, me, him, Mike, maybe Cameron, just like an Incredible Pulp reunion show going. The owner is still around, but he doesn't have a web presence really. So I don't know if we can get him. But yeah, Mike, John's, best friend from back then and D&D player, made a character Marshall Strong. So that was our previous Kickstarter
Mhm.
to the one I just was promoting, had Marshall Strong #1, and the next Thunder Zone Kickstarter will have Marshall Strong #2, because Mike is
Yeah, I remember him. He was like, he couldn't be Marshall Strong in my comic. He was like,
yeah.
Heroic Tales. He's fulfilling Heroic Tales right now. He started today.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the one
Are
with
you doing
patriarchy.
the calendar again this year?
yeah. That the deadline was like tomorrow or something, and still waiting on. I think it came in actually while I was at the gym. I have to check my emails, but I think we have the last piece. Someone's finishing up the cover, so that's. But yeah, I remember you did a great month of that, where you took on a lot of people's characters, just
Yeah.
kind of put an open call in, and yeah, that was a great piece for the calendar.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, Marshall Strong. Yeah, John is. Well, you see, Mike is the owner. Like I said, it's like early Image, where we all own our own characters.
Right.
So it's not like he sold Marshall Strong to me or something. It's not property of Thunderzone. It's property of. So if Marshall is gonna make a guest appearance in John's comic, that's entirely up to Mike, because he's the one. If he ends up guest starring in the Patriarch, he's Mike, of course, is free to do that. And it's cross promotion. So
yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it's good. And actually, with Thunderzone being a multi-creator universe, if the Patriarch ever want to make an appearance there, me and John are friends. I'm good with that. So early Image, you saw how they did it. They peppered their characters in together. They tried to do what I did in Thunder God. They did Image United, and they did get that off the ground a little bit, but I guess I had problems production after the first issue.
No way. Image had problems? Get out of here.
Yeah, somewhat. But yeah, Mike's a good guy. John's a good guy.
Have you seen any of his this comic right now? Heroic Tales?
I've seen it. I've read Heroic Tales. He
Dude.
sent me a PDF. It's really nice. It's a great comic.
Oh yeah, it's a callback.
He really he succeeded what he set out to do.
Mm-hmm.
To create the that old Marvel style comic that he wanted to create. It introduces the Patriarch without telling an origin story. You feel bad for the guy. The art is nice. He showed a lot of the art. And the funniest thing that I was really impressed with, and it's not that it's the lettering. He got Bill Williams to do the lettering. That pulled the whole thing together. I'm reading this thing, and the lettering is fantastic. Like, to me, the independent comics, you could get a great artist and you create a great inker or a colorist, particularly colorist, and the lettering sometimes falls down. And this guy did a terrific job. The balloons are placed perfectly. It looks like it's professional lettering. I know I keep saying it, but it was kind of a surprise. Like, I've read books. I just read Fiendish 1. I have Fiendish 2. Lettering's too small. It's a good book. It's not bad lettering, but it's not like, like it didn't pull the whole thing together. This pulled the whole thing together to give it that comic, that old Marvel comic book look that John wanted.
Nice.
What was the letterist name?
Bill Williams?
Yeah, Bill Williams.
Bill Williams.
He was the guy. Bill Williams is the guy who had the name. He published a comic called Heroic Tales years ago. And John asked him whether he could use the name. And Bill said, oh, yeah, sure. And he's an inker and a letterer.
Okay.
And the guy said, sure, you can use it. I'm not using it. I don't care. Like, he was that type of guy. And he's been on the show. And it seemed, it worked out. It worked out real well.
I have those original Heroic Tales from Bill Williams. He had a book, Amazon, and he put out Pantheon from Mike Leake and Bill Willingham.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah, so he had his own little, I think Lone Star Press maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Bill Williams label. So he had a lot of great issues through himself, including one, like you said, Heroic Tales.
Well, it's really big of him to let John use that. I mean, because the Village of Vigilantes guy isn't as nice as that.
Yeah, I mean, after these titles aren't used for 10 years or so, you got to think that, except for something like it seems like some of these indie characters, people are like not doing any research. Like, if there's already a Badger, it's hard to get past naming your character Badger.
You'll know that. Yeah, exactly. I mean, well, the famous one is the ISOM. He didn't Google the name to find out, and I'm not picking on him to find out about. Well, I am picking on him, but not quality or anything.
You
Find out what
bastard.
the name was being used somewhere else, which is inconceivable to me. But that it does happen. People just make names.
Hmm.
Vaughn Coleman had a lot of trouble naming his characters because every time he came up with a name, he's a real young guy. He didn't realize it was already used.
Yeah, but just Google,
Yep.
a Hawkman comic book and see what shows up. Google, the indestructible garbage man or whatever, and just sees what comes up. And a lot of these names.
I got a character in my book, Skylark. I know Skylark's been used to death. I know it. Don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you see, that isn't like as identifiable as like Nexus or Badger or
That's right. It's the way I see it, gentlemen. My Skylark kicks all their asses. Mine's gonna be better than all of them.
This is not.
So, do you think the superhero alias? Do you think having the civilian name matters just as much when you need to look up a name? Because I came up with a character that I'm calling a female called Dr. Elizabeth Channing.
I don't think.
And I was like, does that sound too realistic? And so I looked online
right?
and I saw that there's a psychiatrist named Elizabeth Channing, and I was like, well, crap, can I still use that?
in real life.
You know how many Tom Joneses there
That's
are?
interesting.
Don Edwardses? There's a lot. You can use that name.
yeah.
What about Tony Twist?
Because
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that.
one of the great things about an actual living person's name is I don't think you can copyright it.
Well,
Well,
Tony
as long as you
Twist.
don't got the
The
license.
Tony Twist thing was a little bit different because I think that was like a marketing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like a really famous
Okay.
dude and all that. So, plus he probably had some high-powered lawyers. I don't know anything about it. That was before
Well, he was.
Todd got really big. I think if you come at Todd now, it'd be a little different.
No, I don't know. The guy was he was a hockey player of some. I don't think I want to use, Aaron Judge, for example.
He'd be coming at
So
Todd.
you're saying I shouldn't use Air Jordan?
Right. But I don't know. Michael Jordan is not that unique a name when you think about it, right?
But it just takes people out of the story. They're like, wait a
You're
minute.
right.
Right. Yep.
Like,
So if it's an unknown person, then what the heck? But if it's very popular name, celebrity or whatever, then why not just change a few letters or something?
So if I
Right.
want to use
J-Lo.
if I want to use the likeness of Stephen King, I just change his name to Roger Crown. Would that be good?
Roger Crown. Nice.
My villain's going to be Kamala Harris.
Or old looking lesbian, maybe Stephen King.
Right.
The lesbian from Planet X. Why?
Yeah. Well, yeah. How you can't? It's hard to use like Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, but you could use Joe. I don't know. You couldn't use if they're two. You can't really use really famous names.
No,
I mean,
for that
what the
new Miss
name of my
Marvel,
character is Jason Courage. I didn't name him though.
That's a
The
good
Courage
name.
part I did. I was involved with, but not the Jason part.
I
Yeah.
could have sworn the new Miss Marvel was named after Kamala Harris because her name's Kamala.
It's
Yeah.
possible.
I was like,
Mm.
that is horrible. Shame on
Yeah.
you.
Beta, we love you,
Is she
Beta.
really that well known? Was she that well known enough for that character
No.
to be named?
Nah, I don't think she was named after. I mean, like it. They probably thought it was a wonderful coincidence over there, but
The character wasn't a Ugandan giant, right?
Shoot.
The character.
Yeah, he would have.
How do I do this to myself every week? By the way,
Because you love to torture yourself.
I try. I never do anything easy.
If it was easy, dude, everybody would do it.
This
And
one's
if it was
getting- this
easy, it
one's
wouldn't be
getting
worth it in
biased.
the end when you got done with it.
Pain lets you know you're alive.
Pencils. The pencils down one wasn't that hard.
Oh, dude, I saw this YouTube video about boot camp in modern America. Oh, my God.
what?
Pussified, pussified, pussified.
Oh, you mean in the military?
Yeah, man. These kids today, they don't. Oh my God, they get like a timeout card. What the
Oh,
hell
I
is
heard
that?
about that.
What?
What is that? Oh, yeah, I'm still stressed out, Drill Sergeant. I need a timeout card. I need to relax. I'll tell you something. When I was
wouldn't
in
even
Bill,
get
you
that.
lucky you
It
didn't
might
get punched.
all change.
I never even got that from my dad.
They get
Yeah,
up in
right.
your face. By the
Gotta
time I
prepare.
got in there, they had just stopped physical contact. They couldn't physically touch you in any way, but they
That's-
damn sure could scream at you.
Isn't that kind of counterproductive?
Not
think-
really,
I
because
think, Don, I
But
think
in combat, like touching.
from a distance with a bullet, sure.
So no hand to hand then.
Well, no, we had hand to hand. I'm talking about they couldn't smack you. They couldn't back in the day, like when my old man went to boot camp, they could smack
Full Metal
you,
Jacket.
hit you. Yeah, definitely. But
Couldn't they just change the definition to like body conditioning?
Yeah.
well, there's that too. Let me tell you something. I've been to a few.
right?
I've been to a few of those SEAL marching parties, gentlemen. Them bugs ain't no joke.
Mhm.
You start with 100 jumping jacks. Now I know it looks like my beautiful frame couldn't do it now, and it can't. But back in the day, yeah. But you didn't go to marching party unless you screwed up somehow. And I screwed up because I didn't have my Foot Locker correct. And they straight up come in there. They were doing inspection. They saw I had it wasn't closed down all the way. Okay, it wasn't flush with the thing. And the
Why?
dude just
Why wasn't it?
I had just put something away. The inspection was spur of the moment,
So-
that kind of thing.
Too many
So no
penthouses.
excuse. You don't have an excuse.
Oh, don't worry. I know there was no excuse. I still live this nightmare to this day. The man come in, this little Filipino dude, Chief Marquez. I'll never forget this man. He rolled up in there. What is this? What is this? Grabbed that thing by the handle and threw it up in there. I never knew a little man of his caliber could have such strength. Tossed his thing like a 15 feet in the air. All my content, my skivvies went that way, my socks went that way, comic books went that way. All kind of other stuff went the other way. What is this? What is this? Seaman Edwards, get over here. No. So I had to clean all that up. Everybody else is standing at attention, towing the line right down the middle in the barracks. I'm cleaning all this up, and everybody's talking about the pride of the barracks. You got to have pride in your barracks. You got to have pride in your appearance. You got to toe the line. You got to do this. You got to do that. And when it was all said and done, I finally got everything done. He comes over there. He inspects it. Everything's fine. Put the top down on it. Put the lock on it. And then proceeds to smoke the living hell out of all of us. And when I say smoke the living hell out of all of us, I mean push-ups, dying cockroach, burpees. I mean, you name it, you do it. And for the next week, to prove his point and to make sure I never, ever, ever forgot to close and lock my Foot Locker ever again. Anytime I went by the drill sergeant's office, I had to, well, they called them company commanders in the Navy. I had to drop and give him 50 immediately before even going by the door to go outside. The door was there. You had to get to the outhouse that way. You had to go out that way. There was no other way else. I was constantly doing push. I still owe this man push-ups to this day. Still owe this man push-ups. I come out there, I had arms like friggin' Ferrigno doing a roll. Couldn't walk for shit, but I could definitely throw some shots. Oh man, but the whole purpose.
Did you get a nickname?
Well, not until I got in the Army. I went in the Navy first, and then because it was a lot easier for me going in Army basic because I was prior service. I really didn't have to do a lot of stuff. I was like the company, not the company commander. What the hell did they call him back then? The guy that stands on the side and marches the platoon. I can't remember the name of it. I started off not a dumbass, Mom. Damn. I got started off as a PFC in boot. What the sergeant? Dude, are you all right?
Yeah.
She laughing so hard at her insulting that she is causing herself.
What are you doing? Making your mama cough?
But anyway, long story short, dude, it's just not the same. I mean, the whole purpose of the boot camp is to get you out of your civilian habits, to break you down both physically and mentally, and then build you back up into their way, how they want you to be, into being an actual soldier. Someone that can come off the streets, they don't normally take commands from. You okay?
Yeah.
They won't normally take an order from someone like, like Chief Marquez. Dude was all of 5'4" if he was an inch, right? And he was a chief in the United States Navy. Some dude come off the street normally, they're gonna look at dude and laugh. They ain't gonna listen to you, man. But if you're under duress, you're under fire, these people are barking on. They might be telling you to do some of the most outlandish shit. Don't make no sense to you. But when you're in that military mindset, you instinctively do it. You just do it because you know it's in order. And that's
it's all about following those orders, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they try to get out of you when you go into the service. But these kids today, man, I was watching that YouTube video and I've never seen any. I don't even know how the hell we got the military, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not talking about the LGB alphabet soup people, none of that. They got nothing to do with it. It's the actual training in the boot camp is where it begins. It's sad, dude. You don't do. I mean, they didn't show all of it, but it was. Oh God, it was just so. Like I said, pussified. It was just. It was terrible, and I see why. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
That'll teach you to insult me live on stream.
I don't have to smoke faker in here.
See what I mean? See what I mean? It's what I go through every day. But yeah, man. I mean, I saw that video and I was shaking my head. I could not believe I was saying, does the Army like that? The Marines like that? I mean, I can see the Coast Guard. No offense to anyone who's in the Coast Guard, but I mean, they're not known for their, head bashing or whatever. It was just, I was ashamed. I can't speak to anybody else's experience because I got out. Let's see, I got out the Navy in '93, and then I was in the other. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
That was the Army in '95.
Yeah, I did 2 and 2. Yeah. So I don't know. Any of you guys in the service?
I was in first. I got first chair one time in the 5th grade.
Oh, you got to retire that, bro. You got to retire that.
What is
Are
that?
you sure you're
first chair?
Yeah. My nose was right.
He played the skin flute.
This is a viola.
Well, that should make you popular then, shouldn't it?
Or was it the clarinet?
Oh, Marcus, I was going to mention that Bill Tucci was actually from Long Island as well.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually shopping homes in Long Island, and this woman had this big painting of the Enterprise. And I said, nice, painting of the Enterprise or whatever. She's like, oh, I got that from my friend Bill Tucci.
Are you sure you're okay?
Wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
I'm draining.
Yeah, so I told him about it, and he's like, oh, what was her name? And I'm like, I don't know. I was shopping the homes. I didn't, looking at the house, I didn't really ask for her name.
Huh.
I was only up in New York once, and that was in 2017 when I went up there for New York Comic Con. And we had a week there.
Okay.
Enjoyed the hell out of it. Love Artist Alley. Any con that has an Artist Alley, I'm there most of the 4 days. But we had a whole week there, and of course we rode the ferry out to the Statue of Liberty.
Oh.
Now, my experience with the Statue of Liberty is Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And when I went and I saw the Statue of Liberty out there on the island, I immediately was depressed because Ghostbusters lied to me. I was like, there's no fucking way that thing made it through New York City, standing as tall as the buildings.
With sandals on.
Yeah. So it was kind of depressing. It ruined it for me. I can't watch Ghostbusters the same anymore.
On paper towel. That's what we in this part of the country call bullshit.
You ain't lying. Do you guys do a lot of cons or just ones near your neighbor?
Well, I can't go to cons. It's not
I go to a
because
lot
I'm
of I go to
banned or anything. It's just that I can't.
I did like the first 8 New York Comic Cons, and yeah, the price went up, and then demand just because the show grew and grew, and then more people with big name credits came in wanting tables.
Did you go to the cons in the church?
Yeah, I was at those.
I had tables at that con.
Oh
I
yeah.
published a comic in the late in '97 with my partner, and there were no big cons at Jacob Javits because the unions cut it out. So they need to recreate them in that church. And we went almost every time, and we sat there. And after a while, we're like, well, if we want free tables, we better make a comic book. We were working them for another company at that time.
What book was that in?
I co-published, and it's just for us and to sell at the con. The Amazing Adventures of Captain Courage.
Captain Courage. Okay.
Okay, Courage, right.
We did have an official like we had a story in this what the Flashback Comics way back when this comic company, this guy doesn't publish it. He published like 3 issues, and this who was in it? Sam Glanzman was in it, and a bunch of other guys. A guy I see all the time here in North Carolina was in it too. And then we just ran with that for a while. We worked with this other guy who did this comic called Andromeda. I inked it and lettered it. My lettering was terrible, so. But he, it was better than his lettering. Because I said, I got to letter this. He can't do that. And my friend wrote it.
Damn, Mark.
I still work with him.
Oh, okay.
I still work with him. I do Mythic America's work for an indigenous role-playing company, like a Warhammer, but it's all like, Inuits and Mayans and Aztecs figures and stuff.
Nice.
And I've done a
the
couple
man's
of
letter, and you still work with him, man. Two-faced.
The show at the church was a really great show. I got a Adam Hughes sketch in 1993.
Yeah, I love the show at the church.
And then a number of artists, like some of my earliest commissions of my characters were at the shows at the church. And I got actually, I was online they had portfolio reviews, and Eric Larson was doing it.
Oh, wow.
So
How'd that go?
that's my only time I brought my
How'd that
portfolio.
go? He says, just like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a writer right now. I drew my first comic, but after that, I just really went with other artists. But I had my portfolio. It's the only time I brought an art portfolio. And I'm online for Eric Larson. And it isn't like it was later on. This is a line of like 12 people or something, It's like, it wasn't like New York Comic Con became where you need to get a ticket and all this stuff. It's like 12 people online. A New York artist named Buzz, who's a really
Buzz, yeah.
He did a cover for Vaughn Coleman.
Yeah, Buzz.
He
Buzz was in a lot
has a
of those
table.
shows.
He has a table at the con, and he's like, "Oh, can I cut you? Because I got to get back to my table." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure," And then Eric Larson's impressed by his work. I didn't know what I was really doing there by the fact that I have to now follow Buzz.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And
That's
like
a tough act to follow, bro.
a self-taught kind of, figuring art out. So then, Eric Larson kind of ripped me a little bit apart. And, actually that same convention, Paul Chadwick was there. he was a little more constructive and
Wow, Paul Chapman.
giving me some, tips on the pages on what to do. Larson thought I was like looking for work or something. I'm just like, what do I need to improve on? I was, trying to.
You were just trying to get better. You weren't necessarily looking.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to. I had one company give me their business card and say, maybe we could do something. But beyond that, I realized where I was at. I didn't think that I wasn't putting packages together and sending them to Marvel or anything. I was just looking to improve the craft. And yeah, but, I didn't stop buying Savage Dragon or anything. I still,
I ain't read
admired
that
his
book in
work.
a good 20 years.
Yeah. But that was a little story.
Got a little weird for me.
I stopped buying Savage Dragon after issue 2.
Really? I made it to the Jim Lee issue, I think. And that was
Yeah.
I never bought. I don't think I ever bought Savage Dragon.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah.
I bought the Jim Lee books and I started with the Rob Liefeld books. I didn't last too long. I
Oh,
mean,
dude,
I
I
know
am
about all that
so
stuff.
excited about Youngblood coming back.
And when I'm not.
Mhm.
To me, Image is a bug, not a feature.
Okay. Well,
Sorry.
yeah.
I mean, I understand because I was teaching kids at that time, and the kids like 13, 14, 12, they love this stuff. They loved it. It was good drawing and everything. They loved it. But, so I don't mind. I could see why. And that's why, like, in our realm, it's so popular because all those kids are now in their 30s, 40s, and 50s.
What you were saying to me, Marcus, is I can see why you're mistaken, Don. I can
Not
see why
my
you're mistaken. Your taste in comics blows.
I
So
blame
therefore, I will
them.
correct you.
I blame them. Yeah, my taste in comics does.
Come on. There he is.
I like comics that I can read, that go flow panel, that you read in a Z panel to panel, as opposed to having a giant figure in the middle and have little panels and then lots of word balloons because nobody knows who says what first. Sorry. No.
He had to make an appearance. There he is.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. There's the man. My strong black warrior.
Sheet costume.
Yes.
Who designed the sheet costume? This guy is nuts.
Everybody loves Max.
Ugh.
That's a cool sheet. The costume is solid.
Oh, I know. I'm hard. I don't haven't ever drawn it, so.
You guys want to show an
Just
update or
saying.
anything?
Yeah, me neither.
And he changes it like a little bit on each image.
Yeah, I see that. I saw that when I was looking up references.
Yeah, it was like, oh, it's sleek here. She's wearing like a big thing, like a cape thing off her hips. There, she has a thong on here. Like, what is her costume?
Right.
But
I'm going with the thong / dress thing.
I just put the thong on. I think.
You want to show anything off, dudes?
I guess I could.
You will.
Yeah, sure.
Dun, 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 dun.
Ah, that's nice.
Oh, that's
Thank
sick.
Liking it.
Jay Hardy.
I like the crop top. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that's what I was going with.
He's a nice.
Saw the other ones, and I thought this was probably the best.
Doug
That's
Bacon, you
outfit.
draw so well.
Thank you. You're too kind.
You're like an artiste or something, man.
I try.
Yeah,
You
I've
do
always-
stuff so well, I'll let you come home and. No, I'm not going to say it.
What?
It's from Full Metal Jacket. Some of y'all might understand.
Oh.
Did you ever watch Billy draw a commission on a con?
Would say mine. What's up?
No.
Hands.
Shows his hand.
His work, like they make fun of him because he went to fabric school. And
Okay.
I mean, he uses colored barrel, Prismacolor, dark black colored pencil, and these
Nice.
commissions they don't look like comic book commissions. They look like more like illustrations. They're really spectacular.
That's awesome.
Whose art did we just see right now?
Duck Bacon.
Okay.
Bye, Max.
Great job. Great job.
You got anything you want to
Thank you. Thank you.
Actually,
Sure, I guess.
I can't see it.
Blue in the
Right.
snowstorm?
That's because it's in blue.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I kind of see it. Yeah, I like that
There we
pose.
go.
Yeah. He's
Yeah, I
That's a good-
regretted
that's a
doing the
good
pose. I
Actual
regretted
professional.
doing the pose. A little bit.
Anybody else got anything? Oh, that's right. You guys just right. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I've got some cover art I can show off, but I'm still writing.
Oh no, we don't need another James.
Okay.
No, we could do it. No, it's always good.
Bring it up, son. What's you
All
got?
right. Let me get it ready. It's something I've been working on for a little over a year now, but the idea has been just percolating with me for a good minute. But I'm doing I don't know if you would call it controversial or not. I think some
Man, just show the damn thing. You got people waiting.
I gotta bring out my G drive. I wasn't ready. I was going to
People
let
are
everybody
leaving
else
the
show up
other
their
show
stuff.
to come over here and see what
Oh,
you got,
stop
and
it.
then they're gonna leave
I'm
and go
sorry.
back. Come
I'm
on,
sorry,
man.
I apologize. Bad
Got
bionic.
hands
bro.
up there. I'm gonna see this.
You're allowed only once.
Okay.
Don't drop the
But,
ball.
Oh,
Is
You
that
drawing with the human arm or the bionic arm?
I got the bionic arm.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Max. I didn't mean to put my ginger ale in your way.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll show me.
Yeah.
Never really read She, you know. I don't have anything against it. I just never read it, you know.
Yeah, me neither.
So you ain't read your boys' comic, man. There all kind of shit coming out tonight.
Have you?
Yeah, I read it. You
What's
know
it
why?
about?
'Cause I'm a true comic book fan.
What's it about?
No, I don't have
It's
anything.
about her, dude. it's about she
Gee,
Your nose is
and what
growing.
she will do.
Your nose is growing.
She will F you up.
Oh shit.
What
Is
have
she
you
on Wikipedia?
done?
There we go.
Yeah, she's on Wikipedia.
All right.
Make it large.
He explained She so much. I know. I feel like I read it, but you know,
She gets mad. She
and you know, it's just it's weird because
oh, okay.
we were all at the shows at the same time when he was big,
Whoa.
and I didn't
Mhm.
meet him. They got so big so quick. Him and Lady Death. In fact, it did inspire me to add a character to the Captain Courage. I had to do a poster. We did a 8-page story, but they said, "Oh, you got a 9th page." They said, "Oh, we'll do an ad." You know,
Hey, is that covered?
so I did an ad. I needed a third character, so I added a girl because the bad girls were so popular.
Dude, ain't nobody care about your bad girl. We looking at the cover.
It was a good girl.
Yeah, it's a nice cover.
It's a beautiful cover.
Appreciate it.
Nice.
Really nice.
You trying
That's
to jam on
beautiful.
this wonderful piece of art. You writing your mouth about bad girls.
I'm not going on next week if Don keeps yelling at me.
What's the
I don't
character's
know.
name?
I'm gonna have his mom yell at me.
James ain't here
Mom,
to take
you gotta
the beat.
stop
Somebody's
this.
got to get it.
That's
What's the
all
name
right,
of the
I'll
book
beat
over
him.
there?
That's all right. I'll beat him
You what
up.
now?
The name
Okay,
of
I
the
feel
book?
better now. Thank you.
Beat him
Yeah,
up,
make-
Mama Donna.
Yeah, I'm
She
making a
gonna
book
whoop my
right now.
ass.
It's called Brother Kit.
Brother Kit.
Yeah. So doing something that could be considered a little controversial in some arenas, but with everybody bringing back like, you know, open domain characters and whatnot, and just seeing them like do retellings of stuff, I was like, I want to do a retelling, but
Oh God!
I want it to be something that people are kind of like, it's kind of taboo to talk about right now, or at least now during these days. Like even Disney hid their movie away because they didn't want to talk about it, right? So I was
Bitches.
like,
What?
what better story to bring back than Brer Rabbit?
Okay.
So
Sorry, baby.
So this is my idea. Like I'm bringing back the characters of Brer Rabbit and Brother Kit, but we're doing it as like street level Common Riders or street level Power Rangers. They don't really get the powers, but the weapons are, you know, very futuristic and high techy, and the costumes are just like, you know, what you could get off the street at different places and, you know, make your own stuff. But I thought that would be perfect because they're colorful stories, but they don't really want to talk about them anymore. So I was
You
like,
say
this
the
is
colorful?
perfect. Oh yeah.
Look, I
Yeah.
just gonna say it's very conspicuous. Go back to the other one.
Oh, which one?
The one you had up there a minute ago. Not that one, but the other one. That I'm assuming that this person, no, not that one, too far. There you
Oh,
go.
this one.
This individual that's on, what is it, the hoverboard,
Yeah.
is darkly hued. And these individuals here in the foreground are not so darkly hued.
Right.
And you were doing a retelling of Brer Rabbit.
Well, what are you getting at, man?
And what are you trying to say, Don?
What I'm trying to say is that helmet looks a lot like a rabbit.
you wouldn't be wrong. You wouldn't be wrong. So yeah, the helmets are very reminiscent of what animal would be represented in the stories. So of course we have Brother Kit the rabbit. We have Brother Atlas that I just showed off, the bear. So that's Brer Bear.
Brer Bear.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
then of course to even out the 3-man cell team, we have Sister V.
Oh, snap. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the headdress. She's got ears and tusks. Do not cross this woman.
Yeah, so you know how like foxes have like the hair that like sticks out of their face to the side a little bit and whatnot.
Yep.
And so we made it reminiscent for the helmet and everything. But so the story that everybody hates, that they kind of shun and frown upon, is the Tar Baby story, right? So what's the
Why
first
is
story
that?
what's the first story I'm going to throw out there?
The Tar Baby story.
Damn straight.
Retelling of the Spider Saga, the Spider Clone Saga.
There we
you
go.
I'm going to do that.
Do it, man. Do it.
Except they're all going to be ants.
Nice. Wait, they got a comic book called Ant.
I'll call it.
You didn't know that?
I'll call. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. Oh well.
Yeah,
There
nice.
goes that.
Come on,
And
man.
then this is the cover Elliot Rodriguez did for me. Dojo mentioned him on his campaign. And so
Okay.
this is all three of them
Awesome.
together.
Very nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I think
Oh,
this
I'm
one's going
sorry.
to.
I didn't mean to bring that up right now.
Oh, you're fine.
Damn it, man. I don't understand.
Elliot's a great artist.
He is. He's
Yeah,
phenomenal. He keeps upgrading every time he does a piece.
My cat keeps biting me. Stop.
Damn it, Don. Stop showing things.
Hey, I can show you what I was working on today. It's a little more finished.
Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
you did.
What we
Don
got?
did that little piece for me too.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I'm very proud of
You
that.
see enough of your art on X-Tone.
No, it's
You know
phenomenal.
how
I love
long-
that
what?
piece.
That
You know
smoke
how
is
long
killer.
You draw those windows back there?
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an issue 4's cover, no doubt.
Love it.
Now, I accidentally put this on the show card, so now I got to try to figure out how to remove it. Oh, look, you can remove it. Damn, look at that. I clicked the button.
This is what I was working on today.
Snap and a half.
Let's see it. Oh, nice. Yeah.
I
So
was
this
going
is
to ask you
nice.
if you
It's
had
an
brought
interlude
it up.
story. It's all splash pages. I got 4 of it, but my writer had surgery, so he's
Whoa,
fine.
whoa, surgery. You okay?
He's fine. No, I didn't have surgery. So this is Taklo or Toko, and he's getting out of the water, and he's all wet, and then he's going to see like the goddess in the next page or stuff. So
Yeah, nice work.
that's what
That's excellent line art.
It's all like traditional work. I don't use the computer.
Y'all want to see what I've been working on today?
Yeah.
It's going to piss James off. But I'm going to do it anyway. Because he's not here. And he can't tell me not to do it.
What up, Michael Ferraro?
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'm coloring his book, The Steins.
Nice.
And this is page 19.
Oh, that looks awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you. I got vampires, werewolves, castles, knights. Got the women's getting all nasty. Look at that. See,
Awesome.
That's my corset.
this wolf dude was coming at her in the previous panel, and look, she gonna get this. She went crotch punch his ass right there.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Her boyfriend is impaling him with his sword, but that's not enough. Oh no, we will have our vengeance. We will crush. Boom, just like that.
Yeah, I like the skin tones in panel 1.
Oh yeah, appreciate that, man.
Yeah, great.
So is there going to be an ad page in the back with Bob Barker saying "neuter your dogs"?
It could be. I don't know. It's up to him.
Hey,
Yeah.
Don, what do you like? You like to color better than draw? Do you like to draw better?
Honestly, coloring is a lot easier for me. I know I'm going to get some shit for that, but it is a lot easier for me to color than it is to draw. Sometimes, I mean, especially now,
Oh, I could see that.
So where are my colors?
your colors.
No, I'm joking.
And you'll need to change to Don Colors stuff.
Well, no. It's, I mean, you know, everything takes the appropriate amount of time that it takes. A lot of people don't understand though, and this has been a big problem for me. Like, I'll be coloring. Now, James did do it. James actually sent me the script, but a lot of guys will just color it. They'll hire me to do the colors, and I might get a color key, you know, but I always ask for the script because I like to know how the story's going, you know, because colors tell the story as well. A lot of those colors, you know, you just don't go down every panel, color every little thing. A lot of times you can use color to set the mood. Like, you know, if something's dangerous, you use red as the more dominant color, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, and a lot of people are like, what do you need the script for, man? I don't want to give nothing away. I'm like, just send me the damn script. You pay me the money to color. Just do it. Just do what I tell you. And I'll make your book look good. Give it to me.
I thought that's how it worked anyway. You gave the script and they went off from that.
Actually, not always, no.
Really?
It's been my fair share. Like, just doing commissions, I'll get just a picture of a dude or whatever kind of character, and that's all I get. I don't get a name. I don't get a power set. I get no biography. I get nothing. It's just like, can you draw this guy? Yeah, I could draw him, but I mean, he's just going to be standing there. Can we,
Right.
you know,
Get some
tell a little
backstory.
story? You know, backstory. What's he about? How does he stand? Does he smoke a cigarette? Does he get a limp? Does
Well,
he
most
work with
importantly, can he fly? Because you get the flying commission of a character that can't fly, and you know, tough to
You draw the guy flying, it's totally wrong, and guys like, can you redo this?
Yeah, tough
Did
to
you
make
know-
a pin-up of a character flying when he doesn't fly, and you know.
I mean, it doesn't always
And that
happen.
happens, you know, that it's funny because that happens in regular comics. Frank Robbins, who did Batman for, you know, he did comic strips for years, Scorchy Smith, and he drew like Milton Caniff. Well, he did Batman for years, so Marvel hired him to do
You okay, Mom?
Captain America after Sal Buscema. Was really, all the kids hated it because he had all these rubbery figures, and one of the reasons why the figures were all rubbery, nobody told them that Captain America or the Nomad character didn't fly. So he would be bouncing in these weird flying running motions, and they had to go back and put action lines to make it look like he was jumping instead of flying.
That's funny.
What do you want, Max? Back
So
up here.
that stuff happens. It just doesn't happen to Don.
What is it?
It might happen to Don a little more often, but that's because, well,
Actually, Mark, if you were talking about Brian Polito being at all the shows, he was
all
always
the
at the,
shows,
yeah, he was always at that church show.
always, and I never met them.
Yeah,
I
I
met
met
a
him.
bunch
What do
of
you
people,
want?
but I never met Brian. I never met.
We want some dry food.
But
You
I,
got try food.
I clearly like did the same thing. Like Billy was showing work, he told me, and they threw him off. You know, you couldn't get work, and he was like, "I'm not showing any work. I'm going to do my own comic." And my writer and I came up with the same. Like that was the same thought that I had around. I mean, not around the same time. Like I don't want to show work anymore. I'm an adult. I have kids. You can't tell me what little things that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
And then we worked together for a long time, and then of course it slowed down, and you know the Comicsgate thing got me a little more back into it.
I was just gonna say that Stephen Hughes was the
I remember
original Lady Death and Evil Ernie artist, and he was always at those shows.
Yep.
I actually got a commission from him, one of my characters, and he unfortunately passed away, of course.
Yeah,
But-
R.I.P. Stephen Hughes.
Yeah, he was great.
Who was
Actually,
at those?
way
Mike Lilly was at those shows. Who did
Yep.
Batman?
got some more from him.
We knew him pretty well. We knew Jamal Igle pretty well. He would before he got big and became an SJW.
Yeah, dude. I
Um,
was actually friends
it was
with
so
him for a
weird. Some
long
of these
time.
guys that we would know.
Actually, Jamal Igle, I got his first convention commission.
He, I might have saw
Yeah,
him
yeah.
at these shows and not even know.
He was at the one at the Nassau Coliseum. It was the days where the Spawnmobile was around.
Oh no, that I didn't go
Oh,
to. That
yeah.
I would remember.
Yeah, that was his first show.
That's a
So-
show where I got autographs from Gil Kane.
Okay.
and stuff.
Dude, nice.
Lou Frigno was there. At these
Big
shows.
Apple Comic Con was big also in the Penn Hotel right across from
Yep.
the station.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, we went to the Creation Cons. You remember those?
I was at that. I saw Kirby there.
Oh, you know what? That's the one I missed. My brother and my father went to the Kirby one.
Yeah, I
And
was
they
there for
taped it
that.
for me.
Oh,
They taped
okay.
it for me. And I would listen to Kirby.
Yeah,
And-
anywhere he walked, there was just a circle of pros around him trying to talk to him.
Hmm.
It
The
wasn't
two-
like I could approach him or anything.
It's-
He
I,
was like always.
Bob
in
Layton
that
was
thing.
like at every show, right?
Who?
Bob Layton was at every one of
Oh
those.
yeah, Bob Layton was always there. Sure.
Yeah, I remember all that stuff. I used to go. My dad used to take me and he used to go, I'm really impressed with Jim Shooter.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause my dad was a lawyer, so he really liked that. He was in a tie and his clean cut, and he talked about business.
Yo, I like that guy, son.
And I ended up talking to Jim Shooter at Heroes Con last year for like 2.5 hours.
Oh,
And the first thing I told him was like, my dad really, was impressed by you.
did
And he
not. You
really
really
liked
told
that
that?
story.
Oh, that's cool. Yo, my dad likes you, man.
That'd be a little awkward.
He thinks you're the bee's knees.
Well, it was like yeah, we were at a lot of the same shows, Dan.
yeah, those were great shows in Manhattan back then.
Oh, they had everything was there.
And it was before like people were accessible, and it was before there were media stars and everything, but it wasn't about that as much. It was more about the comics.
No, like it was all in the 80s, all about comics.
Yeah.
And you'd have your list of comics, and you would go fill it up in the morning and hang out with the artists in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, again, no big winding line to meet Stan Lee. I met,
Oh yeah.
him.
I met Stanley back then too.
Yeah, I actually got a comic autograph from him that disappeared on me at some point.
I had that Silver Surfer graphic novel autographed by him.
Oh, okay.
And I remember, and there was a line, and you waited in a line, but there was enough time for him to say, "You really know your good literature, young man," something like that.
Was that the one? Were you at the one where they let you do an index card of a question?
Yes, I don't think I wrote an index card. I think I was at that one.
Yeah, that was. I did that, and I actually just got to talk to him like after the panel. He was telling me, about the movies he was hoping to make. Telling me that he had a test screening, a test makeup artist do someone as a Silver Surfer, and he said it was a bodybuilder, a top bodybuilder. And I was
Yeah,
giving
that's
him
okay.
names of bodybuilders to see who it was. When I said Frank Zane, he said that was it, but I don't know if it was really it. Maybe he just,
Now the Silver Surfer is a woman.
Yeah.
yeah, well, yeah, a lot of things change over time. But my index card question for him was, will there be an X-Men movie? And, he asked it to the audience, and he says, I just don't know. Should it be my original ones or these new ones? And the audience, it was at the peak of that new X-Men frenzy. Of course,
Oh,
the
yeah.
audience went nuts.
what year was that?
let's see. It had to be around the year where like 106, 107, like the Dark Phoenix stuff was coming out. So I think that was like 86 or something.
That's
maybe.
that's earlier.
Wow.
That's like 80, 82. That X-Men stuff was like in really late 70s, early 80s. It was not. That
Yeah.
might have been.
That was during the Burn Run. I know because I missed them. And the day before that convention, I had a garage sale to try to raise enough money to buy back issues. But it wasn't Burn was still doing it. I know that. But I don't know how far into Burn's run
Oh, the one
it was.
I remember Byrne at those shows. He didn't have this reputation he has now, and he would get up there and he would just make everybody laugh. He was a little like Robin Williams.
Yeah, I never saw
Now,
Burn
of
at a
course,
show.
he's the grumpiest guy in comics.
Yeah, I never saw him at a show.
I used to go to the shows.
But even though I lost the comic where Stan signed it, I think my brother sold it for weed money.
Yeah.
There it is.
I do have a piece of paper that I had him autograph, and it says "To Dan the Man" from Stan Lee. So
That's cool.
yeah,
I'm sure your brother didn't use that as rolling paper.
yeah, I don't know. Thankfully, he didn't use that, and still have that at least. To
My
remember
brother and
my-
my father did get Jack
Yes,
Kirby
yeah.
on a Captain Victory comic. You know those old
Oh, an
comics?
autograph.
Captain Victory.
Yeah,
The comics he did, and they got Frank Miller on Wolverine #1.
oh, okay. I never
But
saw.
I found out that like signed comics are not always worth a lot of money. You know.
All I know is that when my brother sold that to the local comic store, I'm sure they said to him, "Ah, look at this. There's some scribbling on it. We can't give you much money."
Well,
for
they
this."
used to sign inside the comic.
Mhm.
Yeah,
They
he
didn't used
he
to
signed
sign the
cover.
outside like they do now.
Yeah, he signed the cover of that one.
Aaron Lopresti doesn't want any of his comics signed.
Eh.
Yeah.
I got Lepresti's signature.
I mean, he'll sign for you, but he doesn't want when
Right.
he collects something, he doesn't want it signed.
Yeah, most of the time I don't either.
I used to like getting them signed just so I could say hello, have a reason to say hello to the artists, you know.
Mm-hmm. I got him to sign it to Duck Bacon.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see him?
And the Washington State
Oh
SummerCon.
yeah, you're out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he as nice a guy as he seems?
Oh, he's totally cool.
Who is this?
Absolutely. Aaron Lepresti.
Oh, okay.
And so's his wife too, Shelly.
Oh, I really want to meet. I'd love to meet
Shelly's
Aaron.
a sweetheart, man.
The two kings, the two bros. Forget the kings. The two bros I haven't met are Aaron. No, three. Aaron, Art, and Graham.
Yep.
Because they just don't go to that many cons.
Art Adams.
Meanwhile, I literally sit at Andy's table with Dennis.
Mhm.
Is
And I-
it
you
Art
know.
Adams, is he saying?
No, Artie Bear.
Oh, Art the Bear.
Yeah,
I got lucky
that's
enough
supposed to be really nice too.
I got lucky enough to meet George Perez before he passed away. I went to
Nice.
Dragon Con in Atlanta twice, and both times he was there.
Oh,
You didn't have to pay to see him. He just sat there and signed what you wanted to sign and would chat with you for a little bit. Humblest and nicest guy you could ever meet. And I didn't get him to sign any comic books, but I have a first appearance Nightwing from Teen Titans action figure still in box. And luckily enough, Marv Wolfman was there at the same time. So I got both of them to sign my action figure.
Oh, that's great.
Nice.
And but yeah, I thought I considered myself really lucky that time around because Marv Wolfman hardly ever travels anywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah, Andy does a lot. I'm in Charlotte, and he's in Charlotte, and Dennis. So when they go to cons, I go hang out with him and then Bud Root. And if it's South Carolina or somewhere, Heroes Con, then it's like Billy's there. Frag is a really nice guy.
Oh yeah.
I heard the rumor that for South Carolina Con, the big one down in April, they're going to try to get all the bros to go, including Aaron and Art. Art doesn't travel, really. And if I were Aaron, I wouldn't travel to the East Coast either. So,
Mm.
This guy gets East Coast, man.
well, it's a long hike, you know. He's way up in Oregon.
Actually, I had a friend at my gym who Perez did this book, Crimson Plague.
Oh, I remember that book. Sure.
Yeah, so that was all referenced from people he knew. And my friend Andre was like a prominent character in issue 1. So he told me he had, before Perez moved out of New York to Florida, he gave Andre his drawing table.
Wow.
He had drawn the Titan pages and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So, Andre showed it to me. He's like, I wouldn't clean one smudge of ink off this table
Hell no.
because he, was in love with having that
Man,
table.
I don't blame him.
So he goes, I'm gonna go see George, and I go, maybe you can get me in Crimson Plague. He goes, take a whole bunch of Polaroids of different expressions, and I'll give it to him when I go visit him. So I do all these Polaroids, different expressions, give it to him, and he goes off to Florida, and he came back, and he's like, yeah, I gave him to George. We'll just have to see what he does. You have to sign a release and all that. And I'm like, oh, great. So it's years later, I finally am going to exhibit at Heroes Con, and Perez is on the list, and I stop by his table. I'm talking to him. He knows Andre, this whole bit. I go, Andre, supposed to have given you some pictures, for Crimson Plague appearance. He goes, he never gave me any pictures.
Ah,
Oh,
that's bad.
what are you going to do?
Do you go to Heroes Con a lot?
I just exhibited that one time. Now that I'm in Florida, maybe it's an easier trip than from Long Island.
Oh yeah, well I'm local. I'm here in Charlotte, so I go to Heroes Con.
Okay.
Now I go. I didn't go when I was in New York. I never went. We always wanted to go.
Yeah, MegaCon is down here. But I'm northern Florida, so I'm just as close probably to Heroes Con as I am to MegaCon.
Right.
But, making the con table money back is a challenge. And so lately I've been concentrating on Kickstarter rather than con
Yeah, I
appearances.
don't blame you.
Yeah, store signings seem to do better than cons, actually.
You guys ought to hit up Dragon Con in Atlanta one year. It is huge. It's not bought and paid for from big wigs. It's actually put on by a fan for the fans.
Okay.
But it's like one of the largest ones down here on the southeast side, and it's always a blast. Artist Alley is like 4 stories of just people selling either products or comics, just getting the word out, and then just meeting all kinds of different artists and creators. It's great.
Now that's the one that's big on cosplay, right?
Yeah, they are.
I heard that about that.
Yeah, me and a couple buddies, we went as the characters from the show Archer one year.
Ah,
Nice.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Cool.
It was awesome. Yeah.
It was awesome.
Up 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna have to take my leave actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
we really appreciate you guys being on.
Oh,
Yeah,
she on the screen.
Mhm.
Nice work done. The
Well, I
screen
appreciate it.
is she that you're drawing there.
I always question my hair.
Oh, I was working on the
That
hair
works.
now.
Ah, looks great.
Thanks.
That's
I'm trying
awesome.
to bring up some of these chats.
So you want to see the progress on She?
Oh yeah, check it out.
Oh yeah, looking
Awesome.
good.
Look of consternation. Nice hair.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good, sir.
I like them legs.
But you, Duck,
Right.
I want to see these.
really
before
starts
I-
with the legs. You like legs? I give you.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go.
What's up?
She's got legs. She knows how to use them.
That's right. As always, sir, it's a thing of beauty.
I
Awesome.
love it. It's got
Yeah.
that anime style in
work.
the face too.
Are
It's
you
sweet.
drawing on an
Great
iPad?
work.
What's that?
Are you drawing on an iPad?
Yep.
Damn. My iPad quit working.
Is it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It don't. No, seriously, it don't want to charge no more.
That's
Oh,
sad.
Yeah, it gave up the
Is
ghost.
there any way you can fix that?
Well, I tried throwing it against the wall really hard. That didn't work.
It's just I always see these places that like advertise that.
Oh
they fix
yeah,
it.
no, yeah. I contacted a dude and he's like, at least $200. I'm like, at least no.
Hmm.
Damn.
I saw videos where all you got to do is you take the top off with this, and then you pry it off like this, and then you clean it, and then you. I'm not taking the iPad apart. I paid $1,000 for the damn thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And he says he prefaces the video. This is very easy to do for you, maybe, not for me.
Yeah, when you get the right tools.
You hear that? Mom said I screwed up. She knows.
All right, gentlemen. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks
And,
for
good
coming.
meeting you all.
Nice
Good
seeing you. Nice
talking,
meeting you.
Thanks for having me again, Don.
Yeah, I have to come back at some point and
This.
continue
What
the
the hell?
conversation.
Why does she have? Why
You are
did he
permanent
give her
invited.
puffy sleeves?
Thanks, guys.
Take
Why
care,
does
bro.
she have
I
puffy
hope you
sleeves?
come back.
I think they're just shoulder pads.
The
Peace.
shoulder pads are, but the
Chris,
bicep
hey, you are
part
mean.
is also puffy.
But it's true.
But what if they're like metal underneath? What they're protective?
I don't. They might. You know, Billy has reasons for everything.
Let's
He
use our
has it all-
imagination.
He has it all figured out. I don't.
Yeah. Tutu's cool. She is cool.
Yeah, no, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying.
What are we?
Like, what am I drawing? It's
They got like radio transmitters in there, and you know that's how
Yeah,
she
right,
communicates with her
But-
other pals.
but the way he draws it, I'm looking at this. They're not like the old She. I have the new info, and the old one. Then you could kind of see. You could kind of see because he inked it or somebody inked it. You can see folds, but the new one, since he uses
Right.
all color to you know the color to define it, and he uses, like I said, that. I mean, he's using like a Barrel Prismacolor pen. You know those colored pencils, black colored pencils to pencil all
Right.
this stuff. He hand sharpens them. He forgot a sharpener. I had to give him my sharpener. That's how I got to know him. I had to give him my sharpener. I happen to have a sharpener with me. And then now that he has a holder because they have those, you could just get the leads for them. And then instead of inking now, he doesn't want it. He can't stand being inked. It doesn't always come out the way he wants.
Yeah.
So it's these dark black pencils and colored pencils and everything all blended in. And that's why it's hard to see. It's not that it's that bad. I'm just joking around a little, you know.
Well, that's cool. That you were saying about his background. You were saying that he came from what was it, fabrics or something?
He went to FIT. Well, when I was at School of Visual Arts, Billy went to FIT. He went to. They joke about it, Fabric School, but that's the Fashion Institute of Technology.
That's pretty smart.
So he
Sounds like
didn't
money.
really learn. Like I went to learn to do comics. He didn't really learn to do comics. He learned to be an illustrator, fashion illustrator, and designer. And it shows in his work.
Yeah.
Well, that's how my mom influenced me because she used to draw a lot to design her clothes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's when I was growing up. I used to get fascinated by her drawings.
My mom was an artist. She didn't draw that much. My uncle, my grandfather was an oil painter.
Nice.
He had all the oil paints and all that.
Yeah, my mom went to school for graphic design.
My dad was a truck driver.
Awesome.
My mom raised my Andre ass.
Amen. Still raising you to be right.
Still raising.
Yeah, I was just thinking that he was. I was waiting for that. I knew that was coming.
I didn't make it easy. I still don't make it easy.
She's still paying for you.
Oh yeah, still paying for it.
But at
Mom.
least I got my pancakes.
Yeah. Awesome.
The Joker will never die.
Now I'm waiting for my waffles.
God damn, woman.
I got a waffle maker.
Do I look like Swedish chef over here? Whooshy boosty wee.
As a matter of fact,
Actually, now that you say that,
you are kind of like the Swedish chef.
Yeasty booty booty whooshy. Hey, the beasty bee kicker. Yeasty booty booty booty.
Sorry,
Perfect,
it's
Negan.
not Swedish.
It ain't you true.
Are sweet.
It ain't you true.
And I met Debbie Tucci, and you could see she's she, except she's blonde.
mm-hmm.
The square jaw of she,
Well, then I am
the
drawn.
whole
That's
look,
all wrong.
the body shape of she. You know, but she's athletic, but not like some guys draw her super buxom, but Billy really doesn't.
That's funny because like every time Dale Keown draws Darkness, I'm pretty sure that's him.
Oh yeah, that
Oh
looks
yeah,
like him.
yeah. Some would say even Gem Shop.
Gem Shop is Mandy, right? Oh, I heard that. I don't want to know any more about them, Dale and Mandy. I want to
Send
know.
all hate mail to Don Draw stuff.
I have a friend who knows all that dirt, who's into all that dirt. I'll make the real dirt, not like this joke, like this kayfabe stuff that they're going through now. And you don't really want to know. I'm like, dude, I don't want to know. Don't tell me about this.
That stuff ain't got no place.
The Mandy stuff. I'm like, you really believe all that, Mike? This guy's name's Mike. You really believe? He's a friend of Fragga's. He's mad at Fragga all the time because Fragga never gets mad and takes like Ethan to task or something. Like you don't understand. Ethan is these guys' benefactor. I've talked to them about they do get mad at Ethan, but they like Tucci, like they don't, him and Debbie, they don't go say anything. He's the reason why all these people are making money.
Yeah.
These people that are going on, oh, you're going to throw them to the, they are not throwing them to the wolves. When they all did crowdfunders before they hooked up with Ethan, they were nowhere near as successful. Nowhere near. Ask Lepresti.
Man, my inks are way too thick, dude.
People don't understand. I don't understand exactly what's going on. I watch it all, unfortunately for me. But
My inks on this piece.
Oh, I thought you said your ankles.
My ink, Mom. Damn it.
I don't even know if I'm gonna get
really
to the
inking. My question: if it's really a computer, is it really inking?
Yeah, damn it. I'm going to say yes, no matter what.
I'm jealous about. I am not against it. I'll always like. You'll see me and I'll make fun of chats and stuff, and I'll say, "Oh, I'm all traditional," but that's only because I have to be.
Well, this is really the finished product.
Really, I don't really care. I can really see like you mess something up, and you just take that layer off.
Yeah.
And I tried to learn Photoshop at one point, and well, I did learn some of it. And you just take that layer off, and you can fix anything. And you're doing. If I have to fix something on that thing I just did, it's white out, a light box, redrawing it.
Well, yeah, you see how I got this right here? Now, it's dark for a reason because this is not the finished product by any means. But I like to do this, and then I go and I do my finishing. You know what I mean? This is just like, shut up, Duck Bacon. You just,
So what do
I
we do?
dig it. No, I do the same thing.
No, look, I ain't that good like you, man. You just whip it on out of your freaking head, and it's goddamn perfect right away.
I do still have a sketchbook with a pencil because I'm in like a, you know, sometimes I get sick and tired of this thing running out of juice.
Are you using shit? What's it called? Procreate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Isn't that the one? That's the one Graham uses, right?
I've messed it a few times.
Yeah, I think he uses Procreate, and I know Andy uses Procreate too.
Mm-hmm.
Andy can do all that stuff. He could do it all digitally. He just doesn't.
Are you guys using reference pictures of she?
Yes.
Yeah, this is what I'm using. I think.
I mean,
I think this Jim Lee did this. I'm not too sure. Let me see if I can. I usually get the reference on my tablet, and then I draw from that.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, where was that? I couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
I didn't see any of that. I pulled some of it off this website.
Only found the black and white reference.
I just Googled.
I'm not going to ink this. There's no way. I'll ink it another time.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I
knew
we're not
because
going to do a 3-hour show tonight anyway.
a woman is always a little slower working.
We're almost at 3 hours. What are you talking about, Don?
2:15. That's not 3. I do math, you know.
It's only 2 hours 55 minutes. What are you talking about?
It was supposed to be a 2-hour tour. That was it.
Well, yeah, I looked up reference for she.
Are you even paying attention to the chat, Don?
Yeah, right.
I can't self-moderate, dude.
There's all these people giving you props and stuff and saying, "Hey."
Oh, shit.
I look
Well,
up.
I saw
reference-
Devil Flyer Momentum. This guy here. He's like,
Did you
Hail
say
the
his
Mighty
name
Don.
out loud?
You must be on the wrong channel because there is no Mighty Don here.
I look up reference for she, and then what I want to do is find a
She in it?
pose. You know, I might look at my art like I do on the tablet, have art tutorial on Pinterest and stuff, and I'll look for something like that instead of. I don't want to copy one of Billy's poses by accident.
Duck Bacon. did you
I'm
see-
not the most original poser, but
Look at
I don't see a.
Look at Creative Fake just coming out the gate swinging.
I
I
want
don't see a problem.
comic.
Well,
Here is hard to reference when you don't have much left, right, Don? This is correct, Creative
Did you
Fake.
guys see any comic pages of she?
Yeah,
That's hard to find.
I've Oh, you talking about online for doing research?
Yeah, online.
No, no.
Like
I had a She comic years ago, and like an idiot, I gave it away when I gave all the rest of my stuff away. I wish I still had it.
And did you read it?
No, I just looked at all the pretty pictures.
right.
I looked at all the pretty pictures. I said, "Ooh, I wish I could draw like that."
You're giving
Still
us
wishing I could draw like that.
Yeah.
Don, you do all right. We all
Yeah.
okay. This we work on this, and then we get schooled by Duck Bacon every week. You know.
I know,
give me
right?
a break. Give me a break.
No, dude, I don't think you realize just how good you really are.
What I do is I got a Filipino that I kidnapped, and
At least you're leaving the Argentinians alone, but
I just-
Marvel's hiring all of them anyway.
You know who did a really? I was gonna back. You know, the first Billy book I backed because I wasn't into she is that Rocketeer book that he did.
Yeah, he did.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but and I wanted to back. I said I'm going to back She Gate Crashers because it's going to be a story that I'm not going to have to know the whole lore of She.
Here's the thing with the Gate Crasher, though. It kind of confuses me a little bit. Because the Wizard people, they did a Gate Crasher book.
Hmm.
They did their own. They were going to do their own run. It was called. I'm pretty sure it was called Gate Crasher because they had like the little. It was a dude and a chick, and they had the little costume. And damn it, I can't think of who drew it.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. Yeah, I
I
don't.
want to say why Ringo did the cover. I'm not too sure. There was a.
I think you're right.
They were promoting the hell out of it, and then just nothing. So,
Wow.
I don't know.
But
That should be-
Billy, I have to
be
say that
copyrighted.
Billy is that's an expensive campaign. The
Hmm.
only book that's like cheaper is the one, the cover that he keeps showing, that he did the Jim Lee homage of.
Dude, all the campaigns tonight have been extensive.
Did you? Well, I mean,
Freaking Dojo Goons giving out his whole catalog, man.
expensive is more than $25 a book. I mean,
Oh, okay.
without saying. And all this book is the cheapest book is $28. I'm like, Billy, what are you doing?
I'm trying to.
I thought that he made the hardcover. I thought that was going to be a $25 cover. No, he has 3 covers on it, and the one hardcover, the one Jim Lee is a hardcover, and that's $50. And
They're gonna wear that Jim Lee out, dude.
And I like the cover, and I like his work, but I'm like, you know,
Mhm.
I don't back as many books as people think because I don't really have the money to back all this. Book.
That's my problem, dude. If I had
Me too.
more
I want to
money,
back all the books that have come on this show, but we'll see. They all look worth it. I don't have the money.
when I first came into Comics Create, I was abusing the credit card big time.
Mhm.
And no,
That's
seriously,
why you don't have money now.
no, I don't have money now because I'm just freaking broke. I got a car that's still. I got to get my car looked after. I got to get my headlight fixed. I got to get. It just got inspected. Thank God it passed
Yeah, my
inspection.
wife's just got inspected too.
We got to worry about that dumb shit here in Virginia. They said they were going to stop it.
We have to worry about it here too.
What else I got to get done to it? I got to get the brake line looked at.
Oil change.
Got to get the oil changed.
Well, that's not that big a deal.
Oil change. You can do the oil change
I
yourself.
cannot. I got one of those goofy ass backwards cars. And
One of
besides,
backwards what?
the engine's put in sideways.
Sideways.
Yeah, if you know, you know. But if you don't,
No, I
you know.
don't.
What
What kind of car is it?
It's a Grand Prix.
2000.
Hamstring?
Grand
Grand Prix, son.
Hamstring?
It's a Winn-Dixie hamstring.
2004.
Take that sucker out on the road and you slide around like a greased pig.
Awesome.
It's a good car. We've had it since what, 08?
09.
09? Yeah.
About a year together.
Brenda Lee.
What I usually do is I save up. I have a list, and I save up some money on the side for the books, and then I get like gift cards and stuff to do it. I don't always put them. I don't want to put them on my credit card.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I feel bad because a lot of these guys I'm pals with, and I'm like, shit, man. You know, I'm over here like being, you know, I want to be a good friend. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But at the same time, I like keeping my bills paid.
Well,
Well, they
And then-
gotta understand.
And then what? Sometime next year, I'm going to be trying to get my own book out, and I'm going to be like, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, and I'm not buying anybody's book.
yeah, that's what. Yeah, I know.
It's like,
Well, that's
well,
why
it says here you didn't back anything, Don, so I'm not going to get none of your stuff, Don.
Well, that's why I always try to get them when I can.
Yeah.
Right. There's
I
certain
think the last one I bought
creators
was
I get.
Rate the God 3. I think that was the last one.
That's
Yep.
a good book. Did they comp you Rake the God?
No, I got Lucent too.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, it's great actually. The story.
I want to get Lucent. I'm worried about the postage on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad for me, and I got the full big package of it too.
Where are you at though? I mean, don't dox yourself, but are you in the U.S.?
Yeah, I'm in the U.S.
Okay.
I don't believe in doxing, by the way. I'm old enough to remember a giant book with everybody's address and phone numbers that came to your house twice a year.
Right.
You'd say, "Oh,
But-
I don't know my friend's name. Oh, his last
but-
name. I'll look it up.
but-
Oh, there it is."
Not 8 billion people on the face of the earth had access to that book at any given moment.
At any point, yeah, no. Now we're being doxed. My dad's
People
name
are
was
weird
in
about it though, man.
my dad's name was in the book twice too.
Yeah.
Telugu, like I spell it as you see it, and Killigrew, because people would pronounce. That's how they would pronounce it.
But you know how weird some people can get.
No, I know.
I didn't back. Red Face said she didn't back Racketeer because it was too political. He said it wasn't, but there is a movement to Ukraine wash Russian historical eye figures. Girl, learn to type.
Yeah,
Marcus, John said he just shipped your book today.
yeah, he told me.
Well, he told you again.
Yeah, thank you, John.
How Dear said, hail, Devil Flyer Momentum. Also, chat, I love y'all, but y'all got to shorten y'all's names up.
I can't wait to get
Like Cranberry Langers,
Yeah.
all caps.
Where do they even get these names from?
Well, you know, when I do most of this, if I did it on my laptop once in a while, if I'm in a hotel, I'll watch these shows on a laptop, and it's real easy. but most of the time I'm on my phone, and I'm supposed to say, I'm the mod. I'm supposed to say hello to everybody, and some of this stuff I can't type.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to be a mod. It just kind of started happening.
Well, I'm not asking you to be a mod.
I don't
Edwin,
mind doing it.
You know Edwin the
You be
ace.
a part of the show and
Yes.
be a mod too.
Yeah.
I don't want to take
What
you
else
away
does
from
he
you.
have to his name? Creative Bay. Creative Bay is the short. That's a good one. I can
I'm
It's
used
spell
to
not
that
so
saying
out.
bad.
it. Yeah.
How dare too. How dare 6480. I haven't got that
He's
number
got the
memorized.
number. He's
But
got the
who's
number.
the
That's
guy?
tiny, man.
There's the guy who's the LE, the final metamorphosis. He keeps changing everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes
I
I
was
don't.
like, what are you doing to me?
You know? And then I'm like, I got to read this. So cranberry langers. What the hell is that?
He's one of those main guys that it would.
And he's a nice guy too, so you want to say
He's
hi.
one of those guys
Yeah.
with duck bait, with Bancroft too, and
I still remember, dude. I
and
was
Sean. There's
What?
a book I feel guilty about. I never backed, and I
What
feel
book?
guilty about.
Sean?
Sean and Jetty's book. Oh,
Mm.
seems like such a nice guy, and
Oh,
it's
he's a
such a
great guy.
beautiful work, you know. And I'm sitting there, I can't back it.
I'm aware of him, but I'm not like aware of him. Like I don't
How
know.
you
Him.
not aware?
Well, I don't know him. You know.
You don't.
And then there's
I
the
don't know
books
him
like
personally.
we're getting John's. I haven't gotten Wraith of God 3 yet.
Well, you
I
missed
know
it.
it's coming.
It's coming. It'll be
And,
here
you know,
any day now. Because they've been showing them mailing all the stuff out and everything.
yeah, poor Shelly was at. They were giving her a hard time online again.
What they giving Shelly a hard time about?
Yeah. Why?
Well,
Why is
Shelley
that?
Gets a little. Shelly tries to defend things, and then they went all the war campaigners went in on her.
Oh, F those guys, man. Damn.
Those guys are. I don't care if you have an appointment. You all can have appointments, but those guys are really vile and nasty.
Man, Shelly's a sweetheart.
I don't know anything much about them.
They obviously don't know Shelley.
They're like
There's
basically
just
their
no
whole
way.
thing is the kings are all trash because they don't call out the
No.
behavior of the other kings.
Dude,
That's
this
so
ain't
stupid.
kindergarten, okay? This ain't fucking
Well,
grade.
you know, I've
From
been
my
coming to the
friends.
feeling about that it's just human nature at this point when you get that many people together. Stuff like this happens. Like if it's in a store or you're in the military, it's just the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Not
See, in the military, you know when you're being F with, and you know usually you just F right back, and it becomes
Just don't-
like it's a brotherhood, man. It's okay.
absolutely it's
almost
absolutely terrible.
no, not really.
You know.
But what did this kind of stuff that I've been seeing of late, and again, I'm not gonna name any names or anything,
I agree.
but some of y'all just need to stop. All right, y'all just need to stop.
It's gotta stop. It's
If
bad.
you-
It's
if you
been
got
bad.
problems with
It's bad-
somebody-
it's bad for business.
Take it up with them. Go find an empty skating ring, grab a couple of pillows, and y'all go and have a pillow fight
There you go.
This one is bad. This one's really bad for
amongst
business.
yourselves.
That sounds like
Um,
fun, actually. Why not?
Yeah.
Everybody do that. That's a great
You
way
gotta
to
be all
get
this
the energy out.
online name slinging and whatnot.
There's already enough problems with getting things funded with this economy. You could see the funding's way down for everybody, not just for smaller guys, bigger guys too. And I think it's mostly the economy, but none of this stuff really helps.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You
It
know,
just
I
makes
came
us
here
look
to
even
study
better.
this to see if I wanted to crowdfund a book, and I'm learning that I don't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do it alone. That's for sure. What John did, I don't know if I could do it alone. No
Man,
way.
John was quick with his too. He came at it with a quickness. Like he didn't
No
screw
way.
around. He announced it.
I'm not. I don't get as mad at late books as others, because like anybody who draws knows how hard it could be to get something done.
Yeah.
So
and let
comic
alone putting
business part,
together a whole comic.
yeah, it's not that easy. And with all the printing issues you could have, it make things a month late. Now, should they be years late? No.
No, not years late.
Should you make 1 million campaigns?
Mm.
You know, should you make and while you're doing the one campaign? Probably not. But on the
I
other
can't speak
hand,
on that. I don't know the business model. Okay, I don't know. Like
I don't
maybe-
know what. That's exactly right. Don't know the business model.
I don't know.
You know, people have their families and they have issues and they have
Exactly.
to do it a certain way. And that's exactly. I completely agree with you. I was just going to come to that. I don't know the situation. You know,
Yeah, I mean, it's bet don't start none, won't be none. That's the way I see it. You know.
You know, I don't always let these opinions out online because. And
Now I have to rein myself in, man. I try to be fair to everybody.
I know
I
you
try to
do.
be neutral, but sometimes, man, it kills me. Like I'll see two friends of mine and they're fighting, and I'm like, damn it, man. I wanna jump to dude's defense, but if I jump to his defense, my other dude over here is gonna be like, you son of a. And then I'm all like, well, now I'm a bad guy because I'm trying to help dude out, and dude's over here calling me a bad dude. There's just a lot of dudes to it, and I just try to stay away from that kind of thing. I try to bring a positive light to the game, y'all.
I think you do good.
Right.
You know, that's what the show's about. It's about brotherhood and sisterhood and all the other in between hoods.
It's about,
Being in the hood.
about love.
Not love, baby, but love. Wait a minute.
It's about
Self love.
it's about hugging.
Boom chicka wow wow.
It's about hugging and
I don't know
sharing.
about the boom chicka wow wow.
And
Boom
share-
chicka
and
wow
sharing.
wow.
Let's not go too far.
Don't go too far. It's already happened. Whoa, my camera got blurry. I think
I'm changing her.
I scared my camera a little bit there. Hang on,
Probably
man.
got a good look at your face.
Yeah, it did. I broke my camera. Holy shit.
That's funny.
Let me see if I can fix it.
First, you got to fix your face.
You know what, Mom?
so cold.
I don't know.
It's still blurry. What the fuck?
Marcus Kellegrew is a long name, Dale. That's absolutely true. But it's my real name. It's not a fake name.
Do I have to kick myself and bring myself back in?
Are you serious?
I'm still blurry. I don't know.
No, it creates a nice effect. You kind of look like a Sybil Shepherd.
That's funny.
Ah, I fixed. And I had to reset it. Now I'm on the bottom where I belong. Ah.
Nasty.
Let's reorder it.
Oh.
I
How
like
you
being
doing?
on top.
Nasty.
I like being on top. I like big tops, and I cannot lie. They spin. They
I
spin.
voted for John as best new creator in the chat.
Yeah, how did that go? Is that
Awesome.
still?
That's over. I forget who won, by the way, even though I saw it.
Did they announce?
You're
the winners on
you were
Twitter?
watching
Yeah.
while being on here,
No.
I did look at it while I was on here.
and you didn't see
I've
who
been in
won.
that. I've been voting for that for
I'm
3
looking on
years.
Twitter. I don't see anything yet.
No, the last couple of weeks I ignored it, but I didn't go on. But I've been on
Holy
that in that chat for 3 years.
Dude, you guys know who Eric Canetti is?
Yeah,
of
he's
course.
awesome.
You got to see this Spider-Man he just posted. Holy
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Is crazy, dude.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
He's great.
Yeah, y'all need to see this.
Dude, all those guys from the Ink Pulp podcast, really awesome.
You don't want me to share that? Well, F you then. Restream? Shit. I guess it's mad because I got this up. Well, I don't want to share that no more. So, what are you doing? Why are you being difficult, Restream? Oh, there it is. Learn how to use your equipment, Don.
Restream is okay. I have a little.
Y'all see that now?
Yeah.
That is crazy, dude. Look at that.
That's beautiful.
Eric Canetti, baby.
That's
That,
nice.
that's just raw. That's unfiltered.
Don't
That's
you
just,
wish you could? I wish I could do that. Like everything, I tighten everything up.
if I could do buildings like that, just
You
really.
gotta loosen up. Why don't you get yourself a masseuse while you draw? Just
Yeah,
loosen up.
Talking about a masseuse. What? Are we going in a different direction with the stream now? What's going on?
Oh no.
You're the one who did Bomb Chicka Wawa. We didn't do that.
Yeah, you got a good point. All right, John's Lombach says he came in third.
Yeah, I voted for John.
Dale
didn't-
A.
I didn't understand how.
Howdy, how there, 6480. See, chat, this is what I'm talking Dale A. Easy. Easy to say, easy
Yep.
to Dale A. I'll know this guy all the time. I see him in Walmart. I say, Dale A, what's up, dude? Really easy to remember. I have John's long box, too long of a name. It's right there in the name. John's long box. Too long of a name. Short box. Make it small.
Short box. You gotta
John
start calling
said
yourself
the
short
EDS,
box.
John and Shane had their guys come in. I saw that. I was wondering.
Yeah, that's what
right
happened.
before we
Well,
started streaming.
yeah, but Shane deserves it. I like Inglorious
Oh, yeah.
Reds too,
Yeah.
Yep.
and he gets his books out on time.
Mhm.
For the most part, he's not years
Good
late.
quality.
Yeah, and it's a good book.
Mhm.
Hang on. Max wants some. I'll be right back. He's pestering me. What do you want?
By the way, that stuff happened in other years too, but on the chat where guys people came in, and that's not unknown.
Mhm.
You just got to get on stream and make a nuisance of yourself, don't you?
Why, you
Show
do.
everybody who's boss. There you go. Right there.
You get on there and make a nuisance.
Mom, damn it. You got to be like that.
I tell the truth.
It's not kayfabe if it's real.
I tell
They
the
did the
truth.
same. They did the same thing. They did the same thing last year, where they complained about the chat, and then Vanessa and the guys. It's kind of like an ongoing thing. It's not. I don't think. It is a little kayfabe.
Yeah.
Creative Faye voted
I mean,
for
it didn't
Carol
seem like
Baskin.
it got more pop. It got more exciting this year. It seemed to get a little more traction, but it's basically
Well-
kayfabe.
Well, that's hopeful, man. Maybe it's growing.
Well, I know mailing definitely helped bump it up.
Yep.
He did last year too. I mean, he won Best Writer last year for Black Riding Hood.
Right before I hopped off to start getting the stream ready, they had over 400 views, 400 watching at one time. And I was like,
That's
well,
awesome.
that's cool. That's what I was hoping for them. See, you guys know, chat don't know this, viewers don't know this. I was trying to postpone this stream
Oh, I know that.
Sunday out of respect for that. Because, I'm trying to be a nice guy, right? And y'all weren't having it. Everybody was like, I can't be on Sunday.
Well, I
Did
did
he-
it on Sunday.
Yeah, I could've.
some of the other ones were like,
No, I know. I just wanted to let you know that Aaron streams. That's all. I did not want to be there. I'd be here.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
on that
that's
stream.
okay.
I'm on this stream.
Look, Lopresti is Sunday. Like the what do we have for a lineup here? Because we got both the Kings and then the Kangs or whatever is Monday, right? And then
why don't
on
somebody make a schedule, man?
but
They used to make
also
a schedule.
Sontag's stream is on Monday too.
Yeah, I try
They
not
use-
to miss his.
They
Mhm.
used to make. I think that years
Him,
before I
George.
got in, the word was that Phil Diaz used to make a schedule, but now there's so many shows. I don't think he can. I
Mhm.
met Phil.
I,
Phil's a
thi-
nice guy.
I think it could still be done. I think we could come up with like a simple list. Just
All right,
not
let's get out to the chat. People in the chat, you got your mission. Anyone viewing, you got your mission. Come up with a schedule. The first one to send me the schedule, we'll get something.
and will not change Saturday.
That's right.
No,
What?
Is it-
What happened?
we will not.
But this is a pretty
No,
good
we're
time.
going to stay
generally.
on Saturday.
The only thing on is the chat. Nothing else is on.
Everybody seems to dig us. We grow every week. Like
It's
last
Saturday.
week was ridiculous. I couldn't believe we ended the stream, gentlemen, with 125 viewing.
That's awesome.
I was astounded.
I have to lose weight to be on these streams. This
We
is
got
fun.
like 6.
Really?
What was the mom? Like 6
Yeah.
subscribers we gained last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I think so.
creative Faye in the chat. I should open my phone up and then I can answer them. I voted for Lopresti on everything as well.
I didn't get a chance to, but I forgot about it. I got busy. I meant to do it.
Ah,
I'm a bad CGer.
nah.
I vote for Graybeards.
That's not a big CG stream. It's just those bunch of guys like Stippling and Stat Zero, and the only time Eric DeGuapo was on is during he's the grumpy one.
I caught that. What's his name? Lord Raptor Jesus. I caught one of his streams. That dude's kind of funny, but he's a little too overpower.
Passionate.
Funny.
He's
Yeah,
a little too passionate.
The mange overtones I could do without.
Well, sometimes I could do without mange.
Well, oh yeah, dude.
I mean,
Let it be
I
said here,
appreciate that, and
I don't like mange at all. That's a bad.
I met Shane at HeroesCon, and he's really a quiet guy.
People love it. People love the mange. I get it. It's personality.
Yeah.
It's kayfabe. It's all part of the stream.
Mhm.
But I personally, I'm not down with the mange. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't dig how I do my thing. So whatever.
But I'm not crazy. You know what I hate? When he does that Woden shot voice, I could kill him for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I can't stand that.
No.
And then I don't.
Daddy.
And sometimes I like John, and sometimes I don't like John. Of all the guys, he annoys me the most. Ethan's the most. He's like a radio guy. He's like
Are you talking about Balin?
Yeah, I'm not a huge. I don't. You know, the kayfabe of the big bully all the time, and
yeah, I have a
that.
little difficulty like determining what is and what is not kayfabe.
He's very good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little too good at it.
Yep, I completely
get it.
agree.
I get it. You know, I ain't judging. Do you think, brother? Whatever brings the money in, whatever brings the fans in. Do you think? Run your business how you do your business.
I don't know if I'm just biased because he drew Cable, but I don't really have a problem with him.
No, I think he's a good artist. I mean, I wasn't. His book was.
No. I mean, like, I don't have a problem with this.
John's not a. I'm gonna. John's in the heels. I'm annoying you, John. I know your story backwards and forwards. I've been on your stream so much, but you're not annoying at all.
Yeah, not close.
You're unique.
If anything, he's too nice.
I think so. Except when he gets on the Twitter, then.
Oh yeah. John.
I'm only joking.
John got some Twitter hate on him now.
Yeah, I could see why people don't get really annoyed with John. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
But
well,
the
man speaks his mind. He's got heart.
They went. I don't care. I mean, I met all those Dungeoneer people, and I know Rini a little bit, and they're all really nice. But he just went too far with it, and they took it seriously, and then he went too far at the same time. At some time, there was a time to stop, and they didn't stop.
Well, I think it's probably hard to stop when people really don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you're just joking and people like take it seriously, and they're being equally as annoying by taking it seriously. Mm-hmm. It's kind of hard to stop trolling all of a sudden.
I didn't understand that whole Dungeoneer thing either, but I eventually figured it out.
Really wasn't well. The person they had a problem with wasn't those people that are at the Dungeoneer. They had a problem with PTP. Yeah. Who I met. He's a nice guy, by the way. Because I'm not. If I'm going to see him at HeroesCon, I'm not going to sit there. I'm not one of these guys. I don't believe in that. You know, this is the biggest issue. Isn't the kayfabe and the thing? The biggest issue is the fans that sit there and are so loyal that they literally attack you online.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's the issue. It's not all the.
Yeah, that goes a little.
That's bad. It's not all the other stuff, and then that goes.
That's just a weird thing.
Eric July, all the guys, you know.
That's a weird thing in general. Like, we're not from a generation where people did things online.
Yeah, we can actually think for ourselves.
Got upset about what was going on online, and to be, you know, in our middle generation where we've experienced both worlds. You know, where I remember when there was no internet. I remember when there was just phones. I remember when there was like there was none of the new technology. And now, you know, we've been in it so far now that it's kind of hard to remember sometimes that we.
Well, let me tell you something. Now, back in the day, I remember you pick your phone cradle up. You had to speak into it. You had to dial the numbers one by one and wait for it to come all the way back around.
Yep.
Hey, I installed telephones for people. I installed telephones for years for the phone company.
I used to.
This stuff came fast.
business
Do-
telephone
do-
system.
You remember? You remember that Seinfeld episode when he was talking about slamming the phone, and he said like you can't do that with a cell phone.
Yeah.
I remember you can't. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna like search for the button to like hit it really hard with your finger.
It
That's
used to
right.
be, and you want to know something? You had to go get one of those world books. Go to the
Mhm.
library, get a world book, and go
Yep.
under A for astronomy. You didn't have Google. What's Google? Google. Then, like 20 years from now, it'll be different. It'll be, I remember we only had Yahoo.com. We didn't have Yahoo.com. It was AOL. You had to wait for that. to get down.
CompuServe.
That's how rough we had it back in the day. We only had
Rough.
56 kpbs back in the day. You over here with this 3D hologram talking to your girlfriend on Mars.
You're on your holodeck.
Yeah, you on a holodeck eating milkshakes for just randomly appear. You say, Alexa, give me a milkshake, and then she shows up, and you get a milkshake. And back in my day, I had to go to McDonald's. I had to go to McDonald's and drive up through the drive-thru. I said, give me a milkshake. Then they said, cancer. The ice cream machine's broke.
Trump's
Again.
gonna fix the ice cream machines at McDonald's.
No, man. They got a video on YouTube for that too. Those things were on broke all the time on purpose.
Oh, I know.
They actually make
Yeah,
money.
they don't.
They
I
make
agree.
money for those things
They
being broke.
They do not want to. They do not want to make ice cream for people.
It's a scam. Like the Tyson Jake Paul fight was a giant scam.
I don't
Yeah, 'cause
really
you-
care.
That
Everybody
bitch was
got
fixed
upset,
from
but
the
it didn't
jump.
bother me. I didn't pay for. I mean, it was.
I
I
ain't
already
paid for
had
it.
Netflix, so I didn't pay.
You know,
extra.
Netflix got a big bump in subscription, so that was a nice little penny in their pocket. You
I just
know, both them scalawags walked away with a ton of money.
Yeah.
And if I ain't mistaken, Paul was the underdog. So you know,
I
by him
think-
winning, that just turned the tables.
I think honestly, the only people who got gypped out of that were the audience.
Yeah, I was
Well,
seeing a
except
lot of
that
complaining online
women's-
about the.
Did you
the
watch
Buff-
that women's fight before? What a terrific fight that was!
It was
Oh my God, it was a great fight.
nice.
They opened a big, and the girl got ripped off too. The champion one from Ireland, but they were really going at it.
Hmm.
But the other girl should have won. They didn't look like girls, by the way, but you know, the
girl
Yeah.
fight.
they were really like, yeah, that was a good fight. And the fight before, I saw the end of that was a good fight. But
I didn't
they,
see
Awesome.
it.
you know,
I was more excited about Cobra Kai coming back.
Really?
Yeah,
I fell off like from when that they brought back the old sensei, the jerk.
yeah, Martin Cove,
I was
I
like,
see Dojo
oh man.
Cool.
Crease. Yeah, I got into it, man. Hardcore. I'm a sucker. I can't help it.
No, I thought the first season was awesome, but like in the second season when they brought back the main
For
guy
me-
and then
Are you
they
talking
were
about dude
saying
with the ponytail? Dude with the ponytail?
no, the guy
The old beat up guy.
the bad guy,
Yeah.
guy.
Crease.
Like and they started going through the same old
Yeah,
tired
DLA.
tropes again.
Yeah.
We're working on him, Dale.
Oh, I'm sorry. I turned the chat off for a minute.
Ah,
Ethan keeps
Hold
calling
on, I get
anyone he
it.
doesn't like Dungeoneers.
Hmm.
So all text people
Hmm.
are Dungeoneers.
Yeah.
DLA, John Lombas can't control himself on Twitter.
yeah.
I'm sure he can if he wanted to. He could. He's just vocal. He's passionate about his community. That's all. That's all. Yeah, I got into the Cobra Kai. I've seen all of the first part of this new season, which was it's okay. I think they kind of bottomed out around the end of the second season.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hey,
But-
you know what TV show is really good?
Well, I know
Arcane.
this- Oh, dude.
Which one?
I
Arcane.
try. I really.
Oh, I don't know anything about that show.
It's great.
I
Is it?
don't understand.
What service
I'm
is it on?
supposed to be a nerd. I'm supposed to like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're supposed to. I mean, like
cannot
it's-
get into anime. I like
It's just the-
Voltron.
the art is so much better than anime though.
I
like
like
the
I
regular
like
anime.
The Battle of the Planets. I liked all that stuff back in the day.
I mean,
But I
like
try
the
to
art.
watch this this stuff that's on the Netflix now. This we call Hunter Vampire.
he said
bullshit.
the Netflix.
And
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just, I'm like, what is this? I cannot, no. Like, anime for me, I'm going to date myself, don't care. Topped out for me with Akira. That was it.
Yeah,
Maybe
well-
Ghost in the Shell. Maybe Ghost in the Shell.
Honestly, like
That was
Akira
good
is
too.
what brought me into
Yeah.
like
But to
even
me,
paying attention to it.
I hold all anime up to that standard.
hmm
If it doesn't have
Yeah,
some little
I have
some
one
little
son.
kid shouting Tetsuo, I don't want nothing to do with it.
I guess I'm controversial because I think Arcane is on the level of Akira.
You are controversial. You make a habit of it. You won't even show your
Yeah.
face, bro.
I have one son who likes anime, and I have another son who's the anime is the devil's work. We all laugh. It's really funny.
Damn. Your boy said that just straight up. Like,
Yeah,
it's
he
devil
did.
work. No,
Well, it's partially to bother his brother.
don't
too.
you bring those moving animated pictures
The
over
devil.
here. That's the devil. Isn't Arcane based off a video game? I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
It's
it
based
totally
off
is.
League of
Yeah.
Legends, which is
Actually
something
is.
else I don't do. I
what service is it on?
the
Netflix.
Oh, I'll have to look for it then.
The Netflix.
The Netflix.
I do have the Netflix. It's
Yeah, you gotta
wow,
check it out. The artwork is freaking phenomenal, and it's like a better than any anime that I've ever seen.
I don't have a problem with the artwork, dude. It just seems like the story just moves so freaking slow sometimes. It's
Turn
like,
turn the volume off.
will that help?
Yeah, put on
Or
your
will I
favorite
fall
music.
asleep faster?
Put on your favorite music and just watch the
right.
artwork.
Okay. I'm gonna watch Arcane and rock out to Metallica.
There we go.
Okay, I'm gonna show my progress, yo.
Dude,
Oh, that's awesome. That is epic.
Oh, thank you. Maybe I'll ink it. I'm not inking it now though. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too.
a long day.
I'm gonna post it though on the chat, and I'm gonna at Billy Tucci and see if he likes it. He won't say anything, but he's not a guy who says something bad about it. Fragga likes my work, which is weird. Oh my! I sat next to him, Duck Bacon. You'd love this. I sat next to Fragga at South Carolina Con Junior. He had me sit down, sit down. So I'm sitting there next to him, and he's doing all conventions. He's doing a commission for this guy in a sketchbook. It was for I have to fix that. It was Skeletor, like it was
Awesome.
He would just do this, It's like watching him do it on stream. You'd be like, oh my god, it worked.
That's awesome.
It really, and he's and then he's sitting there giving Billy and giving Eddie, Andy and me, like, hey, you got to use these pencils, man. You got to use these pencils. And you know what the pencil is? I'll show you. I have it here. Let me see if I can get it.
Big fat boy.
He gave this to me,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
and I'm like,
Nice.
you can block in your shadows, and I'm like, yeah, my brother-in-law used to use this when he's building houses. I'm like, what are you
That's
doing?
awesome.
He goes,
My dad
don't give
always
me
said,
one.
"Well, hold
I
on."
can go to Home Depot and get like 5 of these.
Mhm.
No, I want to give it to you. I want to give it to you. All right.
Marcus, Dojo Kun's asking you a question. Do you do commissions?
Oh yeah, I'm open for commissions.
There you go.
Sure,
You're doing
just
business
DM me.
transactions at the moment.
We follow each other. Just DM me. I did a cover last month for Ashley Land out in Ireland. Well, I guess his next Kickstarter, the Santa Claus one, didn't go. The Argonauts magazine. So sure, and I'm not that expensive. Well, maybe I'll be expensive for Dojo. I don't know.
Oh!
He only charges $1 million.
Charge 1 million pesos. That's like $20.
Yeah, his comic. His comic is like that's a type of comics that like, but that's not. I feel bad because my feeling is in studying this in indie comics, not just CG, that the superhero isn't really the one that's gonna. It has to be something different. I like the superhero best. But it seems like the biggest ones are superhero with a twist or almost horror comics. Inglorious Rex, Brian Pulido, the Dracula book, the Berserker that was so big. I want to say indie comics. I don't want to just say CG, but I don't think CG is super great about fun superheroes. First Man is okay. I mean, he's good, really good. Didn't fight that high like his budget.
Come on, man! Don't say that. My book's going to be a superhero book.
No, but you're gonna be. But the ones that do well in your defense is like the one like Sontag days, like the Darkness. That
Right.
Don's gonna be more of that type
Yeah,
of
but I'm
image.
doing like a big teen book. I don't see.
Oh yeah, creative face story. Yeah, well, that's true. It's going to be something different. It's going to be a superhero. It's going to be darker. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's dark enough. I mean,
No, but your
you take
style is
90s
kinetic,
image, you're right there. You know.
and I think you're going to be fine. But I meant like if I want to do Captain Courage, like I want to do Captain Courage. I don't think, which is like kind of like 60s, 80s. It could be 80s or 90s if I wanted to be, but it's a bit of a throwback. I don't think that'd fund that high. It's too old fashioned. Just the whole idea of it. It's kind of like a little like Batman 66. Like I draw it straight, and my partner writes it tongue in cheek. So like Kitty Nova, the girl is the stripper with a heart of gold from the 50s. He came in time travel, and Cap is a square jaw thing, and I'm going to try to draw it like a Marvel comic.
Dude.
And we were told it was old fashioned in 1996, or 97, but
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
What you doing there?
To be perfectly honest with you.
yeah, I have half a book done. I have the book that nobody ever saw that we published, and I have at least 2 more 8-page stories. But I just have to get him involved, and he's very busy. So he's just got a new grandson, and he just had back issues, and he's into this. He's pretty obsessive about things. So I'm working with him on this role-playing game comics instead.
That's cool too, man.
Yeah, it is cool. It is cool, and he's such a good guy.
Duck Bacon doing the top secret stuff.
Really?
Yeah, although I think somebody accidentally showed some of your stuff.
Yeah. Actually, somebody did. Agent Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty
Right.
cool. I had almost forgotten about that stuff.
Brian from Dojo Kun Comics is right. That's exactly right. But I think they have tough sledding in this market. That's all I'm saying. I like those comics best, but I think they have tough sledding.
But also, you heard that Sean Arent wanted me to color his Type 1.
Dude, that cover that Joe did was the ball.
Oh, that was a great.
Oh yeah, it was.
my
Yeah.
God.
That
That
was
was worth the
really
wait.
Mhm.
That was worth the wait.
Mhm.
It was the whole reason I tuned into the stream too. And I thought he was gonna like kind of sidestep out of that, wanting to show it, like
Eh,
maybe forget
That
about it
would've
or
been funny.
something.
that
I
would have
was all up
been
in the chat. I'm like, don't you even think about it. You better show
freaking
it.
buzzkill.
That's right. Don't you do that. And then he rolls that sucker out, and my mouth literally popped
Yeah.
over. Whoa!
Yeah.
Like nothing against Joe. I've seen his style. I dig it, but I was
Yeah.
not expecting that. You know,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah,
amazing.
I agree.
It definitely lived up to the hype.
Yeah.
You know, that must have been quite the
mean, that was
pressure
like-
because everybody was waiting for it.
And
that
then
was
he's
really
gonna have.
like Sylvester,
I,
man.
I forget who he said
Mhm.
zinc in it. Some spaghetti
Oh,
guy.
it's
I don't know who.
it's Mario Alcazar, whatever.
Whoever, man. I don't know who it is.
Right.
No, but that's an image inker. He'll be able
Dan
to do
Kemp
that.
is going to color it, and I'm like, dude.
Mhm.
I can't. That thing. It looked like Mark Silvestri.
That's
do
going to
that.
be sweet.
Yeah, I know. It looked just like I said that too.
It was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
really good. It
I mean,
might be some
I
of the best.
say that about image and stuff, but that's not to say that Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri aren't not super great,
I
artists.
think Silvestri's a way better storyteller than Lee is.
Lee
And
hasn't
I
done
love
it in a
Jim
while.
Lee's art. I love it to death. But over the years, the more of Silvestri, especially his recent stuff, like
That's why he really
that
needs to come with
Batman
it.
book that he just
he's gonna-
released last year, that Batman run was fucking awesome.
Don't tell James; he'll get mad at you.
And you go back, you look at his early X-Men, he was on point from day one.
Mhm.
He was on point from day one. Just an amazing
Well,
storyteller.
I think definitely. I kind of felt like he was coming into his own with Alpha Flight.
Well,
Lee?
You can see hints of it in the
Well-
later issues of Alpha Flight, but I mean, like, definitely
I haven't seen
that,
it.
that
I've never read Elf.
uncanny
Yeah,
Well, I mean, like also his Punisher War Journals too.
but the Punisher War Journal is the
Punisher
one where
War
he really
Journal,
learned
yeah.
a lot because
That's
Carl
when he
Potts-
started getting that Jim Lee-ness to him.
But
No,
Carl
Absolutely.
Potts laid the book out for him.
Yeah, but I mean, like that Jim Lee style was over Carl Potts.
Oh,
Yeah, but he was able
Yeah.
to concentrate on the Jim Lee style because he didn't have to think that
Didn't have to think about layouts.
layouts
Yeah.
as much, and then he could
Thanks for
really
being
develop
on,
his
dude. We
style and then
appreciate you.
learn from Carl, who's a great storyteller. I
Well, that
asked Carl
definitely has
Potts
to be
about it.
like
Jojo's in the chat.
all the greats.
Now that's a good editor to do that.
And
his
you
writer.
know, though, that dude was pissed off every time he got a script from Carl Potts, and he was inside the Punisher van, and all those damn guns.
Oh,
You know,
that's
he had to be mad. He was like, "Oh my god!" But maybe not, because Jim Lee, I think, really likes drawing on that technical stuff.
He's good at it, better at that. Yeah,
I mean, he's like got it. I mean, almost to scale. It's goofy.
Well, again, he was influenced by the manga.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
Jim
he's a
Lee to
professional
me,
or something.
he's like a combination of the Japanese influence, the manga influence, Neil Adams and John Byrne.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because there's a lot of Burns in the way he poses the thing, but he draws a little tighter than Byrne, not as cartoony.
And also, he was stealing from Sylvester too when he came in on the Uncanny X-Men.
Oh, dude,
So-
without a doubt.
Hey, Silvestri, before he did Image, he
Yep.
was a great artist in more of a John Buscema way.
Yeah,
Very-
absolutely.
If you look at
absolutely.
Lee's earlier stuff, all right, I can't say nothing for Alpha, but like the War Journal, okay, he wasn't quite so sketchy. He was starting,
No,
but not quite.
well,
Sylvester's
I agree.
always been sketchy, like with
Yeah,
the lines, not as
yeah.
a person. He's a great person.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then he gets on Uncanny, and then you can see it more and
Yeah.
more.
Mhm.
And
part of
more.
it's
Mhm.
Scott
And
Williams.
only now, like it's very well. I think Scott Williams got a lot to do with that too, though.
Yeah.
With the inks,
Yep.
but he's actually getting a more away from it now, a little
Mhm.
bit. than
Who are
he
you
is
talking about?
Jim Lee.
One
Oh,
other
yeah,
thing
yeah.
I have to say about Lee is I know he went and he worked and he's executive at DC Comics, but in my mind, he's still a Marvel artist.
Mm-hmm.
Like he came back and did that work of Fantastic Four. That was good work too.
They were trying to get him to come back. I don't know if it was last year or the year before to do the X-Men
Mhm.
Marvel, because
Mhm.
Rob Liefeld was talking about on his Rob Observations podcast, which I highly recommend.
I do like his Observations podcast.
And dude, I don't think he said why he wouldn't come back and do it, but he didn't. And can you imagine the money? They would have had to bank 3 or 4 Brinks trucks up to his house.
But if he went and did,
That would have broke all. I guarantee you, dude, right now, if he'd have come back and he'd have done the X-Men at this time, as bad as the last couple of runs of X-Men had been, and this run, honestly, is not all that great either.
yeah, I've heard that.
Dude, just especially that it got Claremont too, but that's whatever.
Well,
That
they
might have
did
been
make
asking for too
Claremont
much.
work, by the way.
It would have broke the sales records of the X-Men #1 from back in the 90s. I can almost guarantee
It could save the industry.
Yeah, I think it would. Now, look,
Yeah.
I'm like everybody else. I'm excited to see him with Batman too again. But dude, I've seen so much of his Batman stuff. I don't really care no more. Plus, Batman is just so much freaking Batman out there now.
Well,
yeah,
that's
there's too
true.
much Batman.
It's
Hey,
like-
hey, I got it. What? You read the Absolute Batman, right?
Yeah.
What the heck is up with the axe?
Oh, you mean his chess piece?
That is completely impractical.
Yeah. Well, people seem to dig it.
Yeah, why?
I mean, look, I like looking at the fan art. I read the book. I was not all that impressed with it. I really
yeah,
was.
Andy
Maybe
and,
I'm just too old school Batman, but I mean, I have seen so many people. They love this freaking book, man. I've seen YouTube videos. These comic book store owners are like, this thing is selling out. We're on the 3rd printing now. It's an amazing book. And I'm saying, what are we reading the same book?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I've heard all the the themes of it, right? Like he's not rich. He's
No,
an
it takes-
engineer,
it's
and
not
all.
fair.
I get that. I get that, but I mean, like he could have used more practical stuff. Like, I mean, like, you know, rich Batman doesn't have practical stuff. Guess what? An axe taped to your chest is not practical stuff either.
Yeah, dude. It's
You know,
not
your
gonna
boy
work.
Zach loved that book.
Awesome.
Your
And
boy
then-
Zach's been off target quite a bit
He's
lately.
way
That's
off.
one-
I don't-
He had a video today killing Matt Walsh about something Walsh said that wasn't even that far off of what, you know what I'm saying? That I know that the
Does
conservative
Matt Walsh like comics or something, or what?
Kimoff hates comics. Matt
So
Walsh thinks it's all
why is your boy Zach talking about?
because I don't know what
Matt
he's confused. Matt Walsh he pretty much hates comics and all. He thinks it's a waste of time because that's Matt Walsh's thing.
So
You're
why
not
why
at
is
all, you
why
know?
is your boy Zach commenting on
Because
Matt Walsh?
he thinks that Matt Walsh was
Don't
trying to
bring
get
it.
like a zero, like one of the birthday party clowns. The thing that gets me about Zach,
Weird.
all the birthday party clowns that he criticizes, he's the one they all have. He's the reason why they're around. They
Mhm.
all say, "Well, I watched your boy Zach, and I started doing YouTube videos."
I like his earlier videos, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like
No,
he would get down on it. You know what I mean? But the last year or so, he's just been completely off target.
yeah,
Completely
he's
off
been
target.
tough.
I don't know. I think he's losing steam. Plus, whatever's going on with him in that cough, he's always coughing. I'm worried about.
He's
boy.
always had that cough since I remember.
It's gotten worse though. It's gotten a lot worse.
Well, it might have been because of his military.
Yeah. They just said something not too long ago from the VA. I was exposed to that those oil smoke fumes and all that bullshit over there. They're like, come on up here and get tested. I'm like, no, it's too far to drive. Is there money in it? If there's money in it, I'll do it. But if there ain't no money in it, I ain't gonna worry about it. I saw the oil fields burning. Big what?
This is my new thing. I lay everything out in blue pencil. I used to never do that, but I feel like I can sketch it out without smudging the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now
Yeah,
it looks like
blue
there's
don't
blue
smudge.
on it, you know.
Blue don't smudge. That's the whole point of it. That and the fact that it's supposed to be non-repro. It's not supposed to be able to be picked up by Xerox.
It does not. It doesn't get picked up by Xerox. That's a problem, actually. Because I'll Xerox something. I'll do this page, not this, but I'll do a comic page like 3 times. It's almost. I'll lay it out of size or small, and I'll blow it up on the Xerox, and then I'll light box the pencils over, and then I'll ink it. So by the time I'm done with the page, I never want to see it again.
Yeah, I've had pages like
And I
that.
shouldn't really do that, but the guys who go straight to the board, like Andy Smith goes straight to the board. He doesn't really, or he draws on the board and he lightens it up and he draws, kind of does this. They've done 30 years worth of work. I did not get to do 30 years.
That's
worth
just
of
muscle memory for them at this point.
I've had times where there's times I haven't drawn a lot, and I feel like I'm redrawing. Like right now, I'm doing real well because I'm doing this every week. I'm working on the other thing, but there's times when I didn't draw at all, and then I start drawing something. It's like
I went through that. Dude. I went through a almost 15-year period. I very rarely drew at all.
Yeah,
And I was before I stopped, I was actually still trying to get into comics, right? And I was at a certain level. And when I finally came back, I was surprised how much ability I had lost. I don't want to say talent because that kind of makes it sound like you're being facetious, which I probably am anyway. So F you. But
yeah, I feel that way.
my style was so different. It took me a good 5-6 years to even get close back to where I was. And only just now I'm getting more comfortable with drawing again. Like I don't quite doubt my placement of things so much anymore. I still have that inherent doubt because I'm just neurotic that way. But yeah, if you don't draw every day like those guys do, you're gonna. My biology teacher said if you
don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, exactly. Like what happened with the human tail we all used to have. You don't use it, you lose it.
Well, it's funny, you know, some of the guys like basically if if Andy doesn't draw every day or every other day, he starts getting nervous and although he's not a sketcher, he likes to finish things. And
Capullo was just
Fraga's
talking about
sketcher.
that too.
Fraga's a warm up. He warm up like Gil Kane, and he sketches a lot. But Graham doesn't draw unless he has a project. Doesn't care. Like unless he has
But
a
that-
story to tell, he doesn't draw at all.
Did you all see Capullo saying that the same sentiment just recently?
I did not see that. He said that, but he said the same thing.
Yeah, he was saying that he had I guess he was feeling like a lack of confidence in himself with going into Wolverine.
His Wolverine run ain't that great though.
Yeah, I think that's why.
His
I
Batman.
think,
was good.
He's nowhere
he
near
prob-
like he was on Batman, man.
He probably he probably took too long of a break or something.
I'd say his
That's
X-Men stuff
interesting.
from Marvel was better than this Wolverine stuff, right?
You know what's interesting is that I saw a lot more him playing guitar videos than I saw him drawing for a
Dude,
while.
he's shredded up though. You know what I mean?
He's one of the few guys who get
Cool.
paid. So
Yeah, I know.
Hal Deere
So
says
I mean, like
he has
you
to.
gotta watch out when you start getting paid. When you guys start getting paid, you gotta always make sure that you keep drawing.
well, how do you got to ink your stuff? That's what.
Hal Deere.
Mm.
Come on, we
Mm.
know.
I mean, I like to ink it though. I do like to ink it. Although by the time I'm done with the page, I'm like, oh,
Creative Face says that Andy has been doing sketch videos so he can draw for himself.
well,
Yo,
right. I saw that interview. He told Creative Faye what he told me
Yeah.
about that, and he sells them at cons, and they're 5x7, and depending on the character, people come up and buy them all the time.
All right, so I got-
sub to Creative Faye.
I've seen a few
Does
of his
very
stuff,
nice
but
interviews with these guys one on one.
she's doing the John Long spots.
Really nice.
Smart move.
Yeah, but she's not a brute like John's Logbox, you know.
I don't know. John was always. He never asked me the hard questions.
You fail.
I would fail. I'd start crying on stream.
I'm just busting John's chops. He does a great show.
So Marcus, before we wrap this up, I need to ask you something. What don't you like about Rob Liefeld? His art.
I didn't. Oh well, now
I'm out.
I'm not trying to call you out or nothing, man. I just
No, I like it better now than I used to. But I didn't feel like he could draw, and he didn't really tell a good story. Most importantly, he didn't tell a good story. I could see the excitement in it,
Yeah.
but like and I know it's always the feet and all that, but that's just the thing.
No. Yeah.
But the hands and just that whole thing, it just didn't like. The structure of the drawings are not like Lee and Silvestri's. Those
Okay.
are correct.
How long have you been looking at his style? I mean, have you seen his earlier stuff?
No, I saw all of this. I bought all of that.
So, are you aware then that his style has somewhat changed?
Oh no, I like his style better now.
See,
Yeah.
I'm making the point. He does it like that on purpose because he knows people talk.
No, I know.
I mean, the man's freaking smart. He knows what he's
We
doing.
like this. The odd thing is, we like the same comic books. He's a year younger than I am.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just that whole New Mutants thing. I was like, oh my god, I know for a fact he was getting made fun of in the Marvel offices. Getting a friend who worked there, they were like, he worked on that New Mutants annual that's famous, and they really they redrew that annual. The Ramita Raiders. He did work on that.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't publishable. They felt it wasn't. It was.
Mm.
Obviously, but publishing was changing at that time. It's like the MTV version of comics.
I don't
Well,
dislike his art, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. But I appreciate it for what
But
it is.
people like it. I mean, the kids loved it. After a while, I didn't mind as much.
I still love it. Even with recently buying these issues, I understand why people don't like them,
Yeah.
but I can't help it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I just
But you grew up on it.
conditioned myself. Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I could still recognize the flaws.
Yeah.
But simultaneously happening, I'm noticing like all this like really cool stuff.
Yeah. See, my thing is, when it comes to art critiquing, I'm a notorious nitpicker. I'm one of these, well, the anatomy's wrong. I know I don't have the greatest anatomy either, but still, when someone's at a professional level, I expect there to be things done a certain way. But I will say this.
add on to that, I was trying to get work out of college around that exact same time, and the whole industry changes. I'm studying
No,
the
yeah.
story, and I have Gene Colan as a teacher, and I'm trying to draw like John Buscema, like they told me I had to draw like. And then all of a sudden, this explodes, and you're like, and you don't know what. I don't draw like that. What am I going to do?
It became
So I
more
kinda
about
feel like
style.
it changed. The whole style changed, and I don't know if I was good enough ever to get in or not. But in the back of my head, it kind of like
You're good
did
enough.
not help. You know,
More than good enough.
Mhm.
Yeah.
that's all. I mean,
Now, well, to be
You know.
fair, I've never seen any of your storytelling, so I don't know.
oh, I have it. It's somewhere.
Well, DM me some. Let me see some. But
Well,
anyway,
See if I
back
have it.
back to what I'm saying. Okay, like even though his art can be Liefeld now, even though his art can be found lacking in certain attributes, there is still power and excitement to it. Everything about his art is dynamic. Okay, and the
Mhm.
fact that he has such an instantly recognizable style, he could go uncredited in any book at any time. You're always going to know he did it. And you can't say that about a lot of artists, not even Jim Lee, because sometimes his stuff is not as recognizable as it used to be. And
Mhm.
McFarlane really hasn't drawn anything decent in so long, I couldn't even tell you his style anymore. But Liefeld consistently has the most has the most recognizable style on the freaking planet. And you got to respect that. You don't have to love it, you don't have to like it, but you definitely have to respect that.
Well, New Mutants definitely would have been around if it wasn't for Liefeld. I mean, like,
Most
it would still
definitely.
be
And
around.
the passion that man has for comics. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even John's Long Box has that kind of passion. Not even him.
I don't know. John has a pretty
John's
big passion.
passionate man, yes, and I love him for it. But Liefeld exceeds everybody's love for comics. That man bleeds comic books.
Liefeld's louder. John's soft
Oh yeah.
spoken.
Well, you give John time though. He's getting there. He's been building that audience for a while, and it gets bigger all the time. I mean, the man had Jim Shooter
Here's a page I did
on his channel.
That's for the Aztec story.
Damn, your
That's
style
awesome.
reminds me of this guy I used to work with, Harrison Wood. He has passed away, R.I.P. But he was an artist, indie artist out of the Seattle, Washington area.
Yeah, I have a whole story I did.
Very reminiscent of his style, dude. I used to do a lot of coloring and lettering for him.
Oh, what happened here? Oh, I'll have to fix that. It's a story I did for a guy in Canada, and he was going to publish it.
Oh, damn, I like that.
That's awesome.
He was good. I don't know how I got ink on it, but he was going to publish it, and then his girlfriend died of a heroin overdose, and that was the end
Your
of that.
dude,
But I got
your
paid.
big
Oh,
dude in
that's
the
sad.
back
Oh,
is,
Johnny Impossible.
Johnny Empire.
Johnny Impossible. And Johnny.
Oh, nice inking, dude.
That's
John-
really
okay,
awesome.
Johnny, I assume it's going to be black and white, so there's always a lot of blacks.
Yeah.
And Johnny was this kind of Peter Parker-y type of guy. And every time he became Johnny Impossible, he didn't know what, other than having his athletic and his.
You're not inspired by Buscema at all, are you?
What?
You're not inspired by Buscema at all, are you?
No, not at all.
Not even a little bit. Good God, dude.
That's awesome.
That is
That's
awesome.
And
beautiful.
what he did was, and then page 4, I don't know what happened to page 4, so I have the pencils of it. Page
That's
4, I
awesome.
think I left in the Xerox machine.
Nice flow.
And then Johnny, he wouldn't know what power he would get every time he would do the power.
Really?
Yeah, he would it'd be super speed one time, or it'd be firepower like on that other page.
Damn, that's cool.
Mhm.
And and I don't know if John likes the name Johnny Impossible, but I didn't name him, and I didn't even come up with him. Another guy drew him first.
Was that
I did
7
like
panels?
his corner box, and then there's his office. You know, I don't like that face;
Nice.
it's a little too far away. You know, and then that building is a strip club in Charlotte.
Look at that silhouette down there.
Still
Yeah,
looks really
yeah.
good. Really good storytelling.
Yeah.
And I did another thing that I don't have. I have the pages. I've posted these online. They're in my timeline somewhere.
Where they at?
Oh, shit.
They're in my Twitter, but you got to go back pretty far. I'll post them again.
Yeah, repost them.
Yeah.
And this is like starts the fight, and I'm trying to do like a Ditko thing.
That's awesome.
But I'm not like the most innovative panel guy, but I will get rid of the panels and pop things out. And I'll swipe things from John P. Simon,
That's cool, man.
Gil Kane and stuff.
Well, sometimes breaking panels or whatever is not for everybody.
And this is the big like
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
he had this lady and they ordered the Ice Princess, and I based her on Veronica Lake. That's why you can only see one of her eyes.
Nice.
That's really cool.
This is the longest story I've ever done, 12 pages. Most of my comics are 8 pages or 10 pages.
Nice.
The girl boss takes care of the other girl boss.
I like
And I
this.
decided to do with the hair, I just black hair. If I'm doing a comic like this, I'll just do that graphic, kind of like Veronica hair.
Hmm.
And it never got published, man.
What the hell?
And I have
That's
the
a bummer.
pages, and I don't know but like all the Captain Courage pages, I really don't have I don't have any Captain Courage pages.
Are
I have
you,
a few.
is it something you want to try?
My writer has them all because he's the one who published them.
Is this something you want to try to get done?
It's not mine. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't own it. I didn't
Yeah,
create it.
Yeah,
I
but
do-
that art can't go to
Literally.
waste. You gotta
Lily's my
definitely.
World War II character I
Yeah,
co-created.
you got to do something with that.
He fought
Yeah.
the Battle of the Bulge, Don. I have one of my characters.
No, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll show that another time. I have those. I got to go into my portfolio.
Mr.
But-
Lombok says, nice.
If
It
you
looks
want
like
to see the Mythic Americans, go to. I'm not a
Nice.
link, but I can type it out. Oh, thank you, John. I appreciate. Oh,
Put in the chat.
yeah. Now that I have my phone, I can use my phone. Yeah,
That's
because I
awesome.
use those deep blacks on that story. That's why I say, because I figure all my stuff has been, except for the first story I ever did, has never been colored. So my assumption is always going to be black and white. So it's always a heavy black and white shade. Now it just automatically comes. It's always black and white. I always have shadows somewhere.
Mm.
I didn't even think about it.
Do I have an early piece I could show real quick? 'Cause we got to try to wrap this up a little bit.
Oh yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, we haven't had dinner yet
Why haven't you had dinner yet?
I already had to.
because
Yeah.
we got to it late. We tend to do that sometimes. Mom's diabetic and got to watch her sugar and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
Ah, shit. Now watch. I bet I
He
won't
just
have
tries to
none.
starve me.
That is
Yeah,
nice.
what are you doing, Don? You're on camera.
I'm a bad dad son.
We got a whole bunch of witnesses.
Y'all got them witnesses now. Damn it. Maybe I should go to the Z Lunar stuff I did.
I did.
I
I
don't
did.
want to show my Mega Mission stuff just yet because
I got another story. There's another comic creator, Darren Wagner. He's
Yeah.
working with
I
Dylan
know Darren. Yeah.
when I just moved here about 2009. We're on before Comics Gate. He contacts me from this John Byrne forum we're both on, and he goes, "What's your work? Here's my work. Oh, I didn't know you were this good. You want to do something?" So we co-create this comic. I designed it. He created these characters, and it was kind of like a right-wingish
Oh, Kenny Dish?
first
Yeah.
responders. I did 9 pages, and he said, "You're too slow. We can't pitch this to Image." I'm like,
What?
I had just started a job at
Okay.
AT&T. I really couldn't get going. Oh, well, Creative Faith, don't you follow me on X?
I was just trying to open. What are you doing? Stupid computer. What's
I'm
up?
only on X. I'm not anywhere else.
Yeah, we just don't. What are you doing, Creative Fang? Get with it. You should know where we are.
I think I follow her. Let me check.
We're in your dreams.
You follow me. Yeah, I am only on X. I'm not on Facebook or anything. Or Instagram.
We don't go to those other weird places.
You're not on Instagram?
No, I'm on Instagram.
Okay.
My wife is.
I have like no following. On Instagram.
I stayed off all social media figuring I'm going to get into trouble. And the only reason why I'm on X is because I was doing the art contest for Aaron Lepresti.
Oh, these I can
I let
definitely
him know that I actually had get one right under the. Well, that's true.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. This is some
Right under
really,
the thing. I had to let him know, so I joined
really
that Twitter
old stuff. This is from a comic that never got published because the guy passed away.
Oh, nice.
This is
See, that I don't do, that type of
That's awesome.
This is called Sisters of the Sapphire. It was supposed to be these girls. They're a rock and roll band by day. They hunt paranormal critters at night.
That's cool.
Then that's a layout. That's like the first time they all get together as a team. That was supposed to be the cover, but I didn't like it.
I don't spam X with all my work, so I do it sometimes, and nobody. Maybe I'll do it again because like 5 people say they like it. Now I'll get more likes, I guess.
I love this page, dude. This is one of my favorite pages.
That is a nice page.
Yeah.
See, this is what I don't do. This cool stuff you did here.
That's
I
awesome.
really have to break out to do that.
I was talking with the guy, and I'm like, I think we should do something cool that indie books just don't do. Have like a quadruple fold out. And he's like, we can try it. We'll see how much it costs. And it's going to cost way too much to print it. But that was what I was working on there.
Oh, you guys.
It never got printed. He passed away. Which kind of sucks.
Oh, that's my King Cryptid. Yeah. Fuck you. I
That's
have
awesome.
those pages.
Oh.
I have those superhero pages.
Some of these are just panel shots.
I think that's really nice.
Thanks. This is my favorite page out of the whole thing. They activate their powers for like the first time in the book, and like one's got a necklace, one's got like a chain she wears around like a belt. Then there's a ring and a bracelet, and another bracelet, and like this weird energy that comes out of this other girl's ring. And I just kind of like did a tight focus on each one with the heavy on the shadows. I was going to color it too, but we never got that far with it. And just a few more here. And yes, I drew those trees. They're not 3D assets.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Did the lettering too. Now see, this is like the page from before. Now you notice that the chainsaw, it looks very blank. There's no detail to it. That was going to be like a power thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Power. She had the ability to, like a Green Lantern could generate her light, holograms, that kind of stuff. So that's what that was supposed to be. And this is my second favorite page, where she cracks the werewolf's neck. That page actually got me quite a few jobs.
Awesome.
And
I can't post that. The responders. I can't post the responders on.
see, Duck Bacon, I can draw.
I can't post that on Twitter. I don't have permission from Darren.
That's a building.
We kept it quiet for a long time. I don't really. I've shown it, but I don't really want to. It's not my. He might use those characters. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really old. That's from like. Geez,
That's great
2011? Thanks. That's like 2011, 2012, something like that.
Y'all want to see some art that I'm never gonna post?
Yeah, dude, that's what this is all about.
All right.
Hold up.
Let's see here. I got it there.
You've been made large, sir.
Why already? Hold on.
Yes. We're excited.
Really?
We're excited.
Woo! All right.
Well, I'm loving what I'm seeing so far. I got to tell
There
you.
you go.
It's beautiful. Wow. Is that a bicep?
Did I eat this? What happened to this page?
I got to say, the dynamicism of the
There we go.
muscular flexing. Just, oh, shit.
Show your face.
Why you got to do it like that? Just sneak up on a brother.
Yeah, right.
Damn. Are those energy blades? What are you doing? Oh, you're such a
What?
tease, Duck Bacon. You're such
Serious?
a tease.
You want to see it again?
Yeah, man. Let me get some time. Okay, see, look at you.
All right.
All right, you know what? No, I'm on bigger than you. Oh wait, damn it! What you get?
What are you doing?
You ain't right, dude.
I didn't
You ain't
know.
right.
I didn't.
You're gonna show
I didn't
one
know I was
piece
back
at
on. I'm sitting here organizing.
Me and
What?
Mark sitting here showing the whole
And
damn
I'm
library.
sitting here flopping things all over the place.
Yeah, my mom is obsessed with you showing.
Oh,
your
here.
face, really.
There's the patriarch. I did a patriarch.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's a cool looking hero. You know?
That is
Oh,
cool.
John's hero.
Yeah, I know who it is. I follow the Twitter, man. I know who it is.
Mm.
Y'all want to see something that I might post, but I don't know, so you may never see it.
Will you show it for longer than 2.586 seconds?
Maybe.
Let's go for 3. Sure. Gunslinger? Oh,
Yeah.
damn! Look at the wood grain. Dude, come on. This is too good not to. You're killing me, Duck Bacon. This is beautiful shit right here. I love it.
Oh, this. You want to see buildings? You
Not
want to see
really.
Aztec
Every time I
temples?
see buildings, I get mad.
Okay, Aztec. Do you want to see Aztec temples?
Y'all with these able to draw buildings off the
Oh, I suck at buildings.
off the cup just pissing
So
me
this
off.
is the last thing I did for page
Oh,
7.
go ahead, brag, Marcus.
Page 8. This is what I did for Myth. This is the second story. That was part of the first story, but I had this is the second story I did for Mythic Americas, and I have to do all this character, all this Namor stuff. That's page 1.
Oh shit!
So that's twixt and tween, and then the hero. There's no protagonist in these stories.
That's awesome.
He's like thinking of himself. It's really weird, and I left all the pencil there.
I hate both of
Right.
you.
And then
Really?
this page 2.
Yeah, I'm
So they
professionally
make it
jealous of
clearing.
your abilities.
They're going to make the clearing of the
Look at the
of the
man
thing.
doing the
It took me
vegetation
a little
and the
while.
buildings.
to get used to draw these characters to not make them look, like white, basically.
Yeah. That
They have to look ethnic
Dude,
of some sort.
I'm loving the parrot breaking the scenery up, flying off.
I
I
Like
love it.
Yeah, that wasn't a reference. I still have all this reference. Now they're building the this was hard to figure out. You see when I get tired, I just start putting black. And they're really beaten to hell by this guy. This guy's really nasty. It's very difficult for me to keep that thing that's on top of his head straight, but he was a figure, and that's what he looked like. Like he was a like a Warhammer type of figure, and that's what he looked like.
Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Killigrew is a beast
Yeah.
with the lines.
And then
Mhm.
I did one of these deals.
Oh snap, dude!
Wow.
How much of a headache did you have after you got done with that pyramid?
That was a pain in the.
Yeah.
You know what happens when you start doing this though? You just kind of do it, and it has to come out the way it comes out. You know what I
Just
mean?
zone out.
And then you have to worry about it. It can't be perfect, like the stairs and stuff.
Mhm.
3 hours
It's a
later,
little
you
off
wake
as you
up,
see it, but there's not much you could do.
You're
and
like,
they
damn,
torched
did I
it.
draw all those bricks?
They torch the use a lot of dry brush here when they torch the
Oh
thing.
yeah, I like that effect.
Mhm.
This guy's always angry. And then finally they climb up top and he's ruling the roost, and all these guys and the workers are all dying. This is a really cheery story, by the way.
This guy,
Tuh.
good God,
And then they ripped off Kirby on this one. That's Loki from a Thor.
that's okay.
Nice.
I'll allow it.
And apparently these people, they get shown at Gen Con. It's on their website. The lettering's awful, but I don't letter it so like they're burning. They're basically killing everybody. That's what these Aztecs and Mayans did. And they're
Mhm.
taking the guy's getting crazier and crazier, and they're taking him upstairs. And this was a pain in the ass. This one was a pain in the ass. And I started using Dutch angles because I didn't know what else to do.
That's a good
It looks-
dude.
it looks
That bottom
great.
panel is balls. I like that. That is
Which
boss level.
This one,
Yeah.
No, the bottom.
Yeah.
One.
Oh,
I, mean,
yeah,
it's
the
not
bottom,
bad, but I
yeah.
really like
Yeah.
that bottom one.
they really worked it out. I'm not one to really
great
work
perspective.
out perspective much. And then finally, he goes and shows what he sees. And he sees basically the end of the world, all the way to the nuclear war, past New York City, past the balloons. And when it comes to that, these pages, now I'm just like, oh, how can I get this done?
Mhm.
Who among
That's
us
awesome.
hasn't been
And
there?
because these two are mystical creatures, I
I
designed.
love that
I
background.
designed both these characters, but they really wanted me to design
Marcus,
any
you
other
getting
story.
compliments left and right over
And then
there.
finally, they throw him off the top of the thing.
Good Lord.
Nice.
And what's nice about all this, it's kind of like the Kordrak thing. It's in the jungle, so it can be loose. I don't have to be really perfect. I don't have to be really perfect about anything. I can just like do this and it'll work out.
Mm.
So that's what
Good.
I've been doing. Now it's splash pages.
I love
That's
it.
some beautiful work right there.
You have to post that. I gotta
Yes.
study that.
Oh, I'll
Yes.
post. I posted it. I'll post it again.
If you don't
Yeah.
post it, at least
Do
send
you
it to
want
my
me?
DM.
I'll ask you. Do you want me to post it? Page. I usually post it per page per day. What I'll usually do is I
Awesome.
post artwork. I'll post a romance comic first, and like an hour later, I'll post the artwork.
And when you post it, tag me in it.
All
That
right.
way I
Yeah. Tag me too.
All right. I'll just start reposting my stuff. I
Yeah,
haven't
dude.
Awesome.
posted in a while.
Well,
Awesome.
guys, I got to wrap it up.
Yep.
I got to make dinner.
Yeah. Why are you torturing your mother?
You're not supposed to eat this late. It's not good for you.
Yeah. That's mean.
We're having a salad.
Now I gotta clean all this up too. It's all over. It's all over this room now.
Look what you're making us do, Don.
We made your room dirty. Guys, I've had another blast. I think it's been a great show.
It was a lot of fun.
We got
Mhm.
43 people watching us right now, so that's pretty damn good.
Nice.
Yeah,
John
Steve
Thornbach's
Pizza Donna.
giving me shit. He's telling me to feed the mama. Feed the mama. It's happening. It's going to happen. So you guys got anything you want to say, shout out, bring
I think I
alertness
did enough.
to, anything at all?
Don't be a bum. Back type 1.
Yes, please, for God's sake, don't be a bum.
Those-
Back type 1.
Those pages are up at mythicamaras.com on their blog, and you can read the story. It's lettered. I did not letter it. I'm not taking responsibility for the lettering, but you can read it.
Hey, I letter, man. I'm just putting it out there. If you ever got something you want lettered, give me a shout.
Dude, you could. This is the key. The more you could do on your campaigns, the cheaper, the easier it is for you to. The less expensive it is for you to do.
Yeah, well, I'm doing everything. I'm writing it,
What I
drawing
mean.
it, drawing it, lettering it. It's also a bit of a headache.
The lettering's a
Sorry,
pain.
Nick.
I am a headache. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So, Mom, did you want to
Yes.
do what you said you were going to do? All right, Mom wants to get on camera and tell
No, I'm
everybody.
not going to get
No?
on camera.
You're not going to get on camera.
No, I was already on camera.
He's
once.
already on camera. All right, so what do you want to say, something?
Mr. Bacon can get on camera and show his face.
Oh, shit.
When I get a better setup.
The
I mean,
gauntlet has
You
been
gotta
thrown.
Look at it. It's like the Duke of Haverstein. They always
You
show
don't-
my hands, but not my face.
Look, Bacon, I'm just going to tell you right now. If you and my mama fall in love and you become my stepdaddy, I'm going to have fun.
I'm a little
All right.
gray.
Mama Donna,
Uh,
will you?
Starting tomorrow, I'll start with the first story, the Aztecs, and then I'll do the Mayans, and I'll tag you guys in it.
Please.
I'll tag Creative
Awesome.
Jake, too.
Awesome.
As
And
far as I'm
sick of me,
concerned,
so I'm not going to tag him.
these gentlemen are my brothers in arms. I love them dearly. We missed the hell out of James. The show wasn't the same without him.
Mm.
Don't forget to check out Arvin Nelson's campaign. I'll have the link in the description.
$3 for that
stuff.
comic.
Dojo
You only got till
Kun,
next Sunday.
Dojo Kun, get on that. That is hotness right there. I commend thee out in the wild of the internets. Make it happen for your boy and for your own well-being. And of course, Dan Sen, who I probably mutilated his name again, back his campaign as well. Please.
I probably met
It's not like you're not getting something of value. Okay.
No,
You're
those are
getting
nice
great
books.
value.
Dojo Kun, it's a beautiful book.
And some good looking stuff. And I got
Yeah.
stuff in almost all of them except for Arvin, who we're gonna have to change that. But it's all good. So
Right.
having said that, Omega Mission is coming. I'm working on it. I'm coloring James's pages, getting very close to getting that done. Still got some commissions out in the wild, getting them done too. Have no fear. Your boy is here. I'm just old, slow. I'm
and
working on it.
stinky.
And what?
You're not as old as I am, Tom.
Damn, man. So, Duck Bacon, you got anything you want to preach to the choir?
You can find me on Instagram and X.
Yes, follow that man because he when he does post, it is banger. 110%.
There it is.
Hey
All right.
guys.
Uh-oh. Hang on.
Hey guys, it was nice having you on.
Thank you very
Nice
much.
having you, Miss Mama Donna.
Nice having you on. Yeah, Donna's an idiot. Yeah.
Amen.
It wouldn't be the same without her, Don. Come on.
Chat,
Yep.
hats off to you in the chat. You make the show what it is. We love you unindubitably. And if it ain't a word, F it, it is now. I want to thank all y'all out there watching and thank all y'all that ain't watching that will. Having said that, good night, my fellow
Good night. Thank you.
studio-goers.
See you next Saturday.
And we go roll deep with the outro.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Hello.
I would rather talk about
It's cute, Delia.
Daylight come and me want go home.
Also, are you doing
Work
this?
all night and a drink a rum. Daylight come and me want go home. Stack banana till the morning come. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Come, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and me want go home. Live 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me want go home. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Daylight come and me want go home. Day is a day, oh. Daylight come and me want go home. Day is a day, is a day, is a day. Daylight come and me want go home. A beautiful bunch, a ripe banana. Daylight come and we want go home. Hide the deadly black tarantula. Daylight come and we want go home. Live 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Oh, hell yeah.